Hello, everybody. I am Block.studios.
I'm BrickingUpBrad.
And I'm Matt Mellish.
And we are... If you didn't say it, we're the Stud Buds. He's frozen a little bit, but that's okay.
What are we? Where are we?
We're the Stud Buds. We're the Stud Buds. See how I punctuated that? Because we are, and it says the Stud Buds. Voila.
Yeah,
see?
perfect. Well done.
Yeah, punctuality is key in this life. But guys, we are excited to have another show for everybody. Today, we have some crazy stuff happening, some fun things, some trivia, some mocks, all of that. And to go along the show with us, because one of our people just seems to be ditching us, which is heartbreaking. We have their replacement for this week, and her name is LEGOdanibob. Welcome.
What's up, guys? Glad to know that I am replacing Ethan. That is a great place to be.
Yeah, I mean,
just this week.
Okay, all right.
unless you make the cut, Danny. I mean, we don't know.
Hey, yeah, this is basically my interview, though, right?
Yeah.
Hey.
So, Brad.
Yes.
What do you think?
How was my week this week?
Yeah, how was your week?
Yeah. It wasn't great Lego-wise. I didn't really buy a lot because I'm waiting until tomorrow with double VIP points. So if you guys don't forget to go to your Lego store or on Lego.com, starting either today or tomorrow. I mean, it's been going for a little bit now. But get that stuff so you can get that double VIP points. So I have I think for my purchases for tomorrow, at least going for another blacksmith.
Ooh.
I'm thinking the Ford Mustang maybe, because I kind of want it for my desk at my new job, because I think that'd be super cool. But besides that, a bunch of BAM packs. Since this is my last week working for the Lego store, the last of my discount. And also BAM packs and some electronic motors is what I'm thinking. But I might get some other stuff, so who knows? Because double points. So. I did buy a nice pick-a-brick cup. Oh, by Matt. A nice pick-a-brick cup this week.
I'll be back.
Lots of fire parts in there.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to using those to burn down the town. Yeah, I have a medieval town, if you don't know, and I'm going to be, actually, big announcement, me and Matt are going to be going to a convention in Rochester, New York, coming up here soon, and I'm hopefully going to be displaying my town. I haven't heard back from them, so I'm trying to figure that out. But I do want to kind of put some of the buildings on fire as I have raiders, like, attacking the town. Because I think that
sounds
cool.
amazing.
Yeah.
Danny, what about you, since we lost our other person here?
How's my week been?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we actually just got back from a snowboarding trip in Colorado. So I didn't make any purchases until about last night, or rather this morning, I guess 1 a.m. because that's usually the best time to purchase stuff online is at 1 a.m. So naturally, I maybe put a few too many things in my cart, but that's just what happens. So I did load up on a few things for double VIP points week. I currently have the Lunar Research Base in my cart because I have not checked out that one yet, but out of all the city sets, that one's my favorite. I got all the new Star Wars sets already. Sorry?
I said the new space, is that for the new Space City line?
Yeah.
Yeah, those sets are absolutely amazing.
It's so good. I know, I love space, Star Wars, if you can't tell, but like space too is like a really cool theme. So I did actually pick up my first ever Speed Champion set as well. I ended up getting the Aston Martin versus the GT3 or something like that. It's my first Speed Champion, so I don't know a lot about cars, but the wave that came out looks really sweet. So I think I want to pick up a couple of those. And what else? Oh, the Harry Potter sets. Had to get those and Thor's hammer. So I've got a lot coming this week.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a lot, but nice.
Yeah.
It sounds like you started in Star Wars primarily, but now you're getting to branch out and enjoy the other stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because definitely my interest started with Star Wars, and then, just the Lego builds themselves, like the sets are too good to not get because it's not Star Wars, Plus, I really do like the content and stuff that's been coming out for Marvel in this past year, and it's really fun to like build the sets as you're like watching the new shows and stuff. So I'm all about that. And Harry Potter is fun. It's just always
Harry
fun.
Potter.
It's always fun.
Matt, now that you're back, Danny, just making sure that was it. I don't want to cut you off.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay,
that's
perfect.
what I bought.
Did you have fun snowboarding though? I live in Utah, and so I love to snowboard. So.
Oh yeah, It was actually my first time snowboarding out in Colorado, and we had
nice.
like fresh snow. I think it was probably 8 to 10 inches of powder. And yeah, it was really, really nice conditions. So we had a blast. It was me, my older brother, and my younger brother. So we were out there for 4 days.
I'm from New
Mint.
York, so like snowboarding is like a lifestyle out here. Like,
Really?
I bet, yeah. Look, it's winter, so we have nothing to do. So we all just like go hit the slope. So
Well, sick. I didn't know I was surrounded by a bunch of snowboarders. This is
I didn't know
cool.
that either. We're
Well,
friends.
I
didn't
went
know he
skiing.
snowboarded.
I went skiing once and I fell off the ski lift, but the whole other story. Yeah, I was like 8.
Okay.
But anyway,
like,
my week.
that's dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, it was getting on the ski lift. I'm just gonna leave it there. It was getting on the ski lift, and as the ski lift was taking off, it was pretty high in the air, not gonna lie, and I fell. But we're good. We're good. Never broken a bone, knock on wood. But yeah, so
Oh my goodness.
I had a decent week. Didn't do a whole lot of building or buying yet, but tomorrow or tonight, whatever works for me, I'm going to the Lego store at some point and picking up some more sets. I'm not sure what I'm getting yet, but there's a lot that I need. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I also found, I don't know if it's going to happen, but I found a really good deal on Facebook Marketplace nearby where the Lego store is, that's selling one of the Boost robots. It has like 3 different motors in it. It has the boost hub, it has the light sensor, and then it also has some other motor. But they're only selling it for $50, and it's pretty much brand new. Some of the bags are still sealed, so hoping to get that, which would be a great deal. And then my mom went to Dollar General last week and sent me a photo of a set that she said was half off. So for $14, I got 2 Sith Trooper battle packs that were still out at Dollar General.
Woo!
So
Dollar General, that's crazy to me.
for the price of one, I got 2, which is nice.
I
But
I
yeah.
didn't know Dollar General sold Lego. That's what throws me.
Yeah, actually, it kind of saves me because it was my nephew's birthday not too long ago, and me and my brother went to Dollar General thinking like, oh, we'll just get some like putty or punching bag or something, and he ends up finding these like perfect 4+ construction sets for my nephew. I was like, oh wow, Dollar General coming in clutch. I did not know that they sold Lego.
Dollar General and corner stores, you don't think about. Like I found like Looney Tunes CMFs at like corner
Really?
medical, like Rite Aids and stuff like that, like Walgreens.
CVS Pharmacy.
Yeah,
like,
Walgreens. I've heard of that. Yeah.
Dollar Generals.
Best Buy.
Yeah, Best Buy.
Best
You
Buy.
can buy a
Best Buy, yeah.
TV and Lego at the same time. I mean, who doesn't want that deal?
Yeah, there's
Especially
like,
if you're CMF hunting, like Brad said. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to do that.
But
I need that biohazard guy.
spot. Yeah.
Why do you need that so much?
Dude, all right,
Yeah.
all right.
Why are you going after
I'll-
that one?
I'll let you guys know a deep dark secret that's coming out.
Studbuds
alright?
exclusive. Get ready.
Studbuds exclusive right here. All right. So as you guys know, I have my 3D print business that I sell these crystal dragons and all this crazy stuff and these stands for light kit ships, whatever. But I also do custom stuff for people on the side. This Lego content creator on Instagram, her name's Jenny or something like that. I'm trying to remember her name. She's got like 10,000 followers. She reached out to me and asked me if I could make a bathroom toilet paper holder out of that hazmat guy. So imagine using the restroom and there's a Lego guy holding the toilet paper right there, but he's in the hazmat suit as a joke. Like, what are you doing in this bathroom? And it's kind of gross, but I thought it was the funniest thing in the world. And I cannot find a file for that little helmet piece anywhere.
Why does she have the figure?
She doesn't. She does not have the figure.
Aw.
Which that's what I'm
Gosh
saying. I'm
dang
like,
it.
so I can make a 3D model. I just have to take a whole bunch of pictures of it. I have the software to do it. I just need
nice.
that little helmet to make it.
You could
And
buy the set, but it's so expensive.
It's $100
Yeah, it is
for that
expensive.
fire set. $100.
Are you serious?
Oh, it was 90
Oh
something
my
dollars.
gosh.
Big parts.
Yeah.
It's huge.
So I
How
want
much is
that.
the figure on Bricklink?
Yeah, you
Like
gotta get
$2, if that.
Yeah, let's say 5.
There you
Well,
go.
get them like that.
Yeah, but
Come
I-
on, Zane.
At the same
Hey.
time, it's like, hey, Matt, you have it. Send it to me. I'll send it back to you. I don't
Danny, you don't
collect
understand.
CMFs.
$2, man.
It's a lot.
We gotta put that.
Yeah,
I mean,
love
I
it.
get it.
And honestly, I have never bought anything off of Bricklink, so I'm like scared to buy
Really?
something there.
Oh
Yeah, I've never.
my
No
goodness.
way.
It's time to learn.
I know. I always ask Matt. I'm like, hey,
10.
I need some pieces. Can I just buy these from you?
No.
Same, this is what you do. You go to Bricklink, you find that figure, and then you go to that person's store, throw that figure in your cart, and then see what else that person is selling, and then buy some sets or parts or other minifigures that you want, and you just do it that way. And it's that's the best way to do it. You'll just find some, like, whenever I go looking for medieval stuff, that's what I do. I find a few medieval figures I want, go into their store and see what else they have, because I want to at least try to get my cart over like a certain amount.
I was about to say,
Usually they have like a minimum buy too.
Yeah.
Do they?
Yep.
Yeah.
See,
It's
my
like
thing was like, I don't want to spend a $2 on a figure and then have to spend $6 in shipping and be like,
Right. So that's why you just go and put another
that's
$50 worth of parts in your cart, and then you get like your money's worth.
so I spent
it's worth it.
$50 instead of $2.
Yeah.
And it's worth it
But
all across the board.
You might have sets that you want.
Bricklink
And
is
you
the
just,
best
like,
saying.
yeah. And then what you do is you go through the listings, because some stores might have better stuff than the cheapest.
Y'all
And
scare
Doug,
me.
it's fine spending a couple extra dollars on the on a little set if you're gonna get some other stuff with it.
Tell that to my wife. It's fine. We're just gonna spend $50 more so we have better shipping, to buy ratio here.
She bought you a $70 set you already own to throw.
She didn't know that I had it. She didn't know I had it.
Wow.
It was a whole skit. I know. She was being nice that day.
Wow.
Also, quick thing, I forgot that I got this in the mail this week, so I really want to, as if you're good thing.
Okay.
No, go
Biggest
for
Thing
it.
Rabbit on TikTok sent me his sig fig for the medieval village, because he sent
Nice.
a snow guardian, and he also sent me the vintage dragon a while back. So what I've been telling people is, if you send me stuff for the medieval village, like a lot of people have been asking, send me your medieval sig fig, and I'm making a stand for them right now. And I'm gonna, when I display at conventions, I'm either gonna put them in the town, or when I display at conventions, there's gonna be a little thing with their names on it, sitting on the side, just to kind of just be a big thank you to those people who have sponsors. So I forgot I got that in the mail. And I also
Building that
organized
community.
all my medieval figures. So I have a huge army over my desk. I want to show you guys on TikTok later.
He's growing past the 2x4.
I have.
Oh goodness.
Oh
I'm
my
a
goodness.
medieval guy.
Well, guys, if that's it for our week, are we ready to talk about this week's news?
Yes, let's do it.
Ready?
All right, guys. It's going to be
Maybe.
a very peachy news today.
And now for breaking news.
I love that so much.
All
We
right, guys. Just got dropped this week for Mario Week, which was, okay, this was kind of a funny scenario that we went into with LEGO this week. The day before Mario Day, all the new Mario sets got dropped.
Not on the day before.
Oh my goodness.
Someone accidentally hit the button. So it's really funny going on to the Instagram post that was the announcement for this, because there's all these people like, wow, I didn't even know this was happening. No clue about this. So I found that kind of funny. But let's move on. So we've had other Mario, we've had Luigi, we've had Mario. So now they are doing Princess Peach, which is honestly a really cool add-on, because I think it makes Mario a little bit more towards the female audience who are Mario fans, which I think is really great. But also, Princess Peach is one of the main characters of this, so it's great to have that character. So first off, we have the starter course, like all the other ones. You spend $60. That is the new Princess Peach figure on the right. How are we feeling about it?
This is $60.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's
This is
not
the
start with
usual-
Matt. Let's not start with Matt on this set. We'll put him
my
at the bottom
gosh.
for a minute. I think it's a good addition. We've got Mario and Luigi and now Peach, and I'm a fan of this. I'm glad that we're getting other characters added into this. Not my favorite lineup. We're gonna be real here. Not the best in my opinion, but I'm glad they have other interactive characters, not solely Mario.
And we all know this isn't for our audience. Let's be honest. We've learned for a while now the Mario sets aren't for us adults. Working at the LEGO store, I've learned there are so many kids who love this line. I'm not like,
Oh yeah.
kids love this line. And Mario gets a lot of hate, but people do love this. So
I'm trying to figure out Danny's. Her face is like, I can't tell if she's loving this or if she's like, I really don't like this. I'm trying to figure out her
Be
face.
honest, please. Be honest.
Pure
'Cause I'm
honesty.
going to be.
The Mario sets have been a huge miss for me, because they
High five.
don't provide any display. Over here, sorry. they don't provide any displayability. There's not really any build techniques. It's really just how long of a track can I make
Yeah.
for my, for the kid to be able to go through the track a few times kind of thing. So it's a very different style. Like you said, it's more for the kids audience. So like, unless it's a bigger build, I think Bowser's Airship is the only one that really even comes close.
Yeah.
I probably still wouldn't buy it, but yeah, the actual Mario courses, yeah, they're just a huge miss on, I think, probably our demographic.
No,
Yeah,
exactly.
Not raw.
Yeah.
Do you own any of them, Danny?
No, I only have like they're not even the Mario sets, but I have like the NES and I have the
Okay.
cube, the question mark block.
There you go.
That's what I
right.
have.
So that's
What
my
did you
biggest
do?
issue. That's my biggest issue as well. Like, I believe that Lego is for everybody. And I think that most, if not all, Lego sets should be able to intrigue kids and adults alike. And I know that Mario has intrigued some adults out there. Like, there are some people our age who enjoy this, and that's fine. That's great. I wish I enjoyed it. I wish I enjoyed it that much. But for me personally, I just can't wait for the day when we get a real Mario, Luigi, Peach, Bowser figure, whether that's in a figure pack or an actual Lego Ideas set like they did with the Sonic the Hedgehog, or I love what they did with the NES. The block is cool, but it's not for me in that way because I'm not that big into Technic. I think it's a lot to have a block on your shelf. That's all I'm going to say.
It's not just the block. The block opens, and if you've ever, this is your age.
It does
Matt.
one cool thing to show party guests when they're over. It does
Hey,
one cool thing, and then that's it.
If it's amazing. And you know what would make it cool? If we had a Bowser's ship that was kind of the same way, that kind of opened up, but it was like all brick built pirate ship, Bowser ship, a buildable or a Bowser figure on there, Peach figure, Mario. Like, that's how they could do a whole Mario
That'd be
figure
cool.
lineup.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I would.
You like Jabba's sail barge, but with Bowser's airship.
Exactly.
Opens up.
See, me and Danny are getting this.
Yeah,
So, okay.
me and Chad are getting this.
Oh yeah, me and Chad. Guys, my name's Chad for the show, for this episode. Everybody, nice to meet you.
Brad and Chad.
I'm not going to defend this that much. I've always never been a huge fan of Mario, but I'm looking at this from the audiences who will enjoy it and be like,
Yeah.
hey, that is really cool that, like, I don't see a lot of younger females buying the Mario sets. And I think this will get them into that line, but I
Yeah.
also think the male audience will love this because, like, when you're a Mario fan, you love all the characters. It does, and I think that's something really great about this line is that they're bringing in another character besides Mario and Luigi. I'd love to see what other characters they bring in for this. Yes, I think her face is a bit weird, but I feel like they did capture her essence. So let's move on. We got some.
It's creepy when you turn the set off. I'm sure it's like because they have the blank eye.
A little creepy like that. All right, so on the left here we got. Oh, don't do this to me. There we go. Goomba shoe expansion set, which it's a big shoe. I think that's kind of funny. But on the right, we have Fuzzy Flippers expansion set. So the one on the left is $10, one on the right is $20. So, of course, just more expansion sets to go along with these. The next one we got here is Yoshi's Gift House expansion set. I do love that Yoshi sign, though. That is really cool. Yes, same.
So I tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like do they have a playable Yoshi like Peach and Mario?
No, they've only done the figures like this for Yoshi.
I feel like that's a miss because Yoshi's a big part of the game as well.
Mhm.
So having him
Yoshi's
as
my
a
fave.
brick built instead of like the actual animatronic part of the thing, I feel like that's a miss. They could have put Mario on him like they do in the game. Like,
I think they need to make one that Mario can sit on, though.
yeah, exactly. He can ride in through.
It shouldn't look exactly like the Mario and Luigi, but they should
No.
set one up like that.
Yeah.
All right. Next up here, Big Spike's Cloud Top Challenge expansion set. It's pretty cool. Love it. Looking great. This one is Cat Peach suit and Frozen Tower expansion set. Now, interesting thing about this one, this is the first one where when the Mario suits comes in the set. Usually they're all like $10 expansions. So I don't know if I like that or dislike that, but that is kind of cool that you can like get it with this. But yeah, so that one's
My
kinda
man
cool.
Toad.
And- yes, yeah.
Man, Toad.
And
No, I used to use Toad in Mario Kart all the time. That's what
Ogle said he wanted a Toad, and there's your Toad. It's just brick built.
Also, last but not least, the Peaches Castle. What do we think of this?
A miss. A total miss. We've talked about
Are
this
you
with other
seriously?
sets. How it's just the face of things, and it feels like it needs more depth. It needs something. But and maybe it's just the way that these sets come. But in my opinion, Peach's Castle is a huge thing in the game. Like even Mario 64, there's so much in the castle. So I don't know. I'm kind of let down.
I want it. Once again, give me a big brick built Peach's Castle. To me, it's like this almost. It's almost like you're saying, okay, here's a Duplo Mario series. That's how I feel about
Exactly.
all this. Like
Yep.
it's just not for me. It's not. It doesn't do anything for me at all.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with that. I feel like
I do
that's
too.
very much like a way to look at the Mario series. It's kind of like Duplo. It's like, oh, this Duplo set's cool. Would I get it for myself? No. But I do have to say, there's some really cool parts on this line here, like the red roofs. That's a newer part.
We actually
Why do
get
I look
Zane in
like
this.
Bowser? What?
Oh,
Bowser and
eyebrows.
Chad? Is it?
It's all right, but that's it, guys. Oh, by the way, this one's going for 130. This
Oh,
is 80,
oh, what? What?
Yeah, that hurt me.
oh my gosh.
70.
Oh my god.
And-
130.
So
130.
yeah, as a
Who is
whole-
this for? Who is this for again? I'm sorry. Who? Kids?
What kid can afford a $130 half
Their
Peach
parents
Castle?
can.
Oh,
This
the
is-
parents who spoil their kids can. Trust me, I've seen it all the time.
Oh.
Well, so my mother babysits this child who has Down syndrome, and he actually really enjoys these interactive sets. It's
Good.
bigger, it's blockier, but it's fun to build, and then they can also play with it. So stuff like that, the motor skills, the hand-eye coordination, teaching stuff like that, it's a good educational piece. Which is, you know what I mean, like trying to keep it on the track with your hands and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
I do
Yeah.
agree with
And,
you. You're right, Matt. It's not for you. It's for kids, and Lego is missed out on the adults. Okay, that's saying we can always agree.
I am
on
a
this.
kid,
Everyone
though.
wants the Mario sets. No, you're not. You're 24, 25.
I'm a kid inside.
an adult man child.
Yeah, we're not going to put that in the legal system. All right. But yeah, so that's any other thoughts about that Mario line that we just got? No.
Nope.
I think
I
we
figured
addressed it
that-
all.
okay.
Let it fade.
In the past.
It's behind
And
us
we'll
now.
never
Let's move
talk about
forward.
that again. All right, guys. So it's I guess it's interrogation time. So we're gonna throw Danny up here on the big screen.
Please no gang signs.
Brad, did you say interrogation?
Interrogation.
I gotta tell you, Ethan's always with us. Every one of these intros Ethan's made, and it's just he's just right there at home.
And when he ditches us
Even
to
when he ditches us.
do whatever he's doing right now, because legitimately talk to us, Ethan. All right.
Yes.
So, but we got the great replacement here instead. All right.
Brad, you want to start us off here?
Yes, I did get the only thing I did hear from the Ethan this week was a spam text of a question he wanted me to ask Danny Bob. He always asks our guest, "What is your favorite Lego color?" And in the spirit of Ethan ditching us, we're not going to ask you. Not joking. The question is,
I would say teal otherwise, this color right here.
Oh,
Wow, she was spot on.
right off.
That
the
is
bat,
also one of Ethan's favorite colors as well. So
is.
Yep.
he missed
I know.
out.
All right. So I guess
Perfect.
the big question here is, if you had to give us an elevator pitch right now of what you do content wise,
You should invest in my channel right now.
yeah,
Done. Done.
perfect. I'll be subscribed.
With
All
a
right, so-
$20 donation and a subscription.
Patreon.
All right. So the question is, like, if you had to give us an elevator pitch of what type of content you do and like kind of what you do out there on the internet webs, what would that be, that elevator pitch? So that our fans can kind of figure that out. And also, guys, if you want
Yeah.
to follow Danny Bob, links down below. Right, Matt?
Heck yeah. Make sure you click on that link. Yeah. So I am a Lego YouTuber now. I have a day job, but by night, I guess I make Lego content. And I mainly do Star Wars news, building reviews, and shopping hauls. So if you couldn't tell, I'm kind of a Star Wars fan. I have lots of sets back here, and I have something in my throat. But yeah, my channel is actually like a year old now. So I've technically been on YouTube for a year. But I guess the content's really just evolved over the last 6 to 8 months. So yeah, I definitely major on the Lego Star Wars, but as you guys said earlier, I've been going to other themes, Marvel, Harry Potter ideas, a little bit of creator when they have like the big sets like the Titanic and stuff. So I've been really enjoying like reviewing the bigger sets, but not really just like reviews like you see out there, but more so let me tell you about this set and why it's cool, and give you some humor, some facts, and like get it concise so you're not watching like a 15-minute review on a $50 set, So that's kind of my angle there. And also, I've been on Instagram for like 8 months now, I think. And that's just like popped off out of nowhere. So that's pretty cool to see. Been doing a lot of reels on Instagram for the last like 6 months, and having a lot of fun over there. So YouTube and Instagram, that's where you can find me. I occasionally do a little bit of gaming over on Twitch, but I haven't really emphasized that much. But with the new Skywalker Saga game coming out, you better believe I will be streaming that.
I feel like day
yeah.
one, Twitch is just going to be filled with every Lego content creator out there.
Yeah. Like if you go on Twitch, there's probably going to be like thousands of people all streaming that same game. But
Crazy.
Yeah, I'll be one of them. So yeah, it's going to be big. It's a huge game.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Massive.
It's
With
good.
the overworld quality of it, yeah. It's exciting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was kind of honestly with that game. That scared the living. Hello, small child.
Zane had
I
a
was
heart
honestly-
attack.
I did. That scared the living gonaggers out of me. I was,
Sorry, I tried to mute it, but I didn't get it in time.
You got some of it though. You got
It's
some of
not
it.
the worst thing that's happened on one of these.
Oh
streams.
no, we won't talk about what happened. We'll leave
I'll
him.
say what it was.
Yeah, we've already agreed that that's not to be brought up again. So no, but the Star Wars game, I was iffy on it because I grew up with like the complete saga and stuff like that.
Right,
So I'm like,
right.
again, now here we are remaking things and doing things all over again. But the more I see trailers for it, and the more the comedy behind it, and like the voice or no voices, I'm super excited for it.
Yeah.
So excited.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
less of like a remake of it and more of like, here's a whole new game from the sounds of it. Like there's a
Pretty
whole
much,
new
right?
engine, new like play styles behind it. It's a huge update from what we had back in the day.
Yeah.
Actually, even more of an update from like Force Awakens too.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
what was so cool is that most recent video they dropped on it, where they interviewed some of the people that worked on the game, they kept saying, we created this for the fans. And that just like made me have like that warm, fuzzy feeling inside, because that they're really creating this game with all those extra details, the textures,
Yep.
it's just all the scenes and all the characters and stuff. I'm like,
Putting a
dude,
face
they're
to
putting
Commander Cody
characters.
in there.
Exactly. They're doing characters that even Lego hasn't made and like doesn't seem to be making anytime soon. So yeah, that was really cool.
Exactly.
So on that, do you think that Lego seems to make things from video games and movies and stuff sometimes. Do you think that they will make stuff based on the Lego Star Wars video game? Like, since there's figures that we haven't seen yet or things that we might not have had as sets, do you think that they will make sets from the Lego Star Wars video game?
No, I don't think so. I think Lego more so does what they want to do.
Yep.
And I've seen a lot of people try to analyze what Lego's done in the past to try to predict what they might do in the future. It doesn't always line up. So
Yep.
I think it's really fun to, try to predict what might happen and, deep dive on it a little bit. But at the same time, it's like whatever is going to sell well and whatever's
Yeah.
popular, and whether they get the content ahead of time, like for Kenobi or Andor, like what kind of source content might they have on that to make Lego sets off of,
Right.
and how are they predicting that it's actually going to sell? So with the video games, like making it from a Lego Star Wars game, I think would be backwards, because like Lego's
Right.
like, oh, we're going to lead the way, and the game can kind of do whatever they want. They have quite a bit of creative liberty on this game particularly. But yeah, I don't think it would work in the opposite. Like, oh, the TT Games made a P2 Cody. Well, we better do that too.
No. No, I agree completely. And a lot of if you watch those behind the scenes videos, a lot of the models, they say they've created on their own, like the Bantha, where they've had nothing to go off of, which is really cool. I wish we would get a Lego Bantha someday, much like they've made the Dewback or Rancor.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it's due time for that, because we just have that little brick-built Bantha. It's kind of a sad excuse for Bantha.
Right. The only thing we got is a microfighter.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a Bantha. Like that one.
Yeah,
that's
that
the
little
only
Bantha.
Bantha we've ever gotten.
Yep, that little guy.
So I think
Careful with that.
the main thing that we're missing here, Danny, could you just start kind of, I know you gave us a pitch for your content, but could you give us like a story about your Lego journey, like where you started and how you got to where you are today, from the beginning to present times?
Yeah. Hang on just a second. We've got some visitors. So this is part of the Lego journey for me, though. I've got nieces and nephews. So I got 3 nephews up here currently. So we got Josh and Weston and Bodie. Do you want to say hello?
Hello, family.
This is honestly the best way to explain it is just by showing you, right? This has been my Lego journey here. What's up, Bodie? What's up, Weston? Did you get back from karate?
You did a building challenge with them recently, didn't you?
I did. Yeah. So I had my brother, Dougie, who is now 17, and my nephew, and hang on.
They just wanted to be a part of the crew. That's all. It's okay. My wife does the same thing. My wife, my brother, they all just come in. Hello, hi. How are you?
Yeah, and it's cool. Just got to remind them sometimes because they can't hear you guys because I have my headphones in. But yeah, so that was we had the T-Falls. So we have 2 friends, Cal and Jed, and they've been on some of my streams before. My brother and my nephew, and I got them lined up on the table, and they built the Trexler Marauder set. And I gave them an hour because I figured about like 450 pieces. It'll probably take like 45 minutes for them to build. But we totally mixed it up by throwing in like this chance dice, right? And if they rolled a certain number, they had a certain disadvantage that they had to cope with, whether it was like them building one-handed or running downstairs and flushing the toilet or going to jail for 2 minutes and stuff like that. So it was super fun, and that is still to this day like one of my favorite videos, and that was just like a month ago, I think. So if you haven't seen it already, check out the Amazing Race by LEGOdanibob, and that one features the 4 T-Falls. But yeah, I want to do more stuff like that because
I love that.
It gives you more of a just it's the more like exciting. It's not just like a speed build of building a Lego set, but it's more of like a game show.
Yeah.
Different than what Lego Masters would do, but like still a game show-esque. So yeah, that was fun. So yeah,
awesome.
the T-Falls and the nieces and nephews have been a pretty big part of the Lego journey. Hi, little Danny Bobs. Exactly. Yeah, they're little Danny Bobs. But I'd say like 2 years ago, of course, like when the world started going crazy and stuff, and I came back from New York to home, which is Indiana, and I just like got Vader's castle over here. And I just had so much fun like building Vader's castle. And I was catching up on a bunch of Star Wars stuff that I totally missed out on. And the years that I was at school and college and everything. So I was like watching all of the Star Wars Explained, Star Wars Theory. And then I found Ryan from M&R Productions and I was watching all of his videos. And I was like, oh my gosh, this other guy is like an adult dude who's like totally into Lego Star Wars. I was like, okay, this is acceptable.
I'm allowed to do this.
Yes, exactly. And so, yeah, like once I purchased the this set right here, the Ghost and the Phantom, I knew that this wasn't just going to be like a light hobby anymore. When you spend $200 on a retired set that, you know, originally retailed for just like $100, it's just like, okay, this is going into collector territory. So I always wanted to make a YouTube channel too. I just didn't really know like with what. I had done like GoPro videos and stuff in the past where we'd be like out on the 4-wheelers and I wanted to make these cool videos, but like we didn't have consistent events or like consistent extreme activities because you only have so many weeks in the summer where you can like, you know, do stuff like that and record. So I got this turbo tank set from the 2008 turbo tank set, and me and my brother put it together and we took it out into the snow and like did some slow-mo shots with it. It was just like so funny. Cool. And that was my first ever video, apparently about a year ago to the day. So that from that point, I was like, I want to like learn about how to actually critique Lego sets and how to actually talk about them where it provides value. Because just because there's a review out on the set, it doesn't mean like, oh, you can't also do a review on the same set and talk about something completely different, or also emphasize the points that they made. So a lot of times when I do like a review on a set, I watch what everybody else says, I compile it, so you get like the most accurate and concise bit of information of what's the sentiment on this set, how do people feel about it, then what's my opinion, and like what's the context, like especially from Star Wars, why is it a cool ship, you know? So I like to provide a bit of background information on the Star Wars stuff too. What's up?
Nobody could use the big ones.
You can use the big one. This is just real life, you know?
My heart. Well, Lego
Yeah,
is
you
for
can use the big
kids.
bracelet.
Well,
And
are they?
adults
Is that,
alike.
is that the Iron Man thing that they're playing with down there?
Yeah, so I got 3 of these. I have 2 of them built now, and I was planning on stacking them up, but they just keep getting played with, so I haven't done it yet.
Well, it's cool
Well,
to
you
see
know
the
what?
way that it happens. Like, we collect things and like I put them on shelves like you do, and we display them in lights, and like we might use them here and there, but like just to see them, like that's how Lego was brought in. Like for
Yeah.
kids, they don't care. They don't care how it looks. If things fall apart, they just want to play with it. They want to see their favorite characters, their favorite things, and be able to make their own story with these pieces. And it's cool to see that.
Yeah,
And not only-
particularly taking like a torso and the legs and a different helmet and putting them all together. So I'm left with like 3 Iron Mans without heads.
Well, not only that, but it gives you insight as a reviewer to know like what
It
the
does.
kids like and how you
does.
can review it to like what, like if a parent watches your video on YouTube of a
Mhm.
review for a set, you can
Yeah.
give them a perspective of will kids like this rather than just will
Yeah.
me as an adult like this to display.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah,
a lot of
that's
people
true.
forget that as well.
Yeah, yeah, because it is a fine line between being a collector and actually like, you know, buying Lego for a kid or to play with or whatever. Because still, like adults will still look at the play features because how it's built in and how
Right.
the set brings value even through play feature. Even if you're an adult and not going to play with it, it still matters. So yeah, it's interesting.
For sure.
Has
Brad,
your
what were you gonna
view on, I was going to ask you, has your view on kind of Lego changed a bit? Maybe having nieces and nephews that are kind of always around and younger siblings that are always kind of playing with the sets. Like, has it brought like a better insight than you think that people who just collect Lego?
Easy answer would be yes. It's funny because having siblings when I was growing up, anytime I would build something, it would get destroyed. So having the ability to actually display stuff now is so cool. It brings such a higher level of respect to like other collectors out there even. So as adults who like actually want to have cool sets on display, the display ability function of a set actually has so much more value. So there's the kids playability part, but there's also like as an adult, like how does this work? Hey Bodhi, you want to put your shirt down?
This is
They can all
curated
see
content. Curated content.
Yeah, all these guys can see you.
Well, but you know what? You see a shirt. Like if you ever want to buy Lego, just do it, guys.
Exactly.
Just do it.
See a shirt, just do
Not
it.
sponsored.
If you wanna buy
Not
Lego,
sponsored.
Just do it.
Very nice. So that brings you to YouTube. Did you ever see yourself wanting, you said before you wanted to always make a YouTube channel, but how did it become Lego? Was it just seeing other people like Menard that gave you the inspiration to do that?
Yeah, that was definitely a big part of it. Yeah, I felt like from what I had seen, watching several different reviewers out there, it seemed like a safer topic to actually go into on YouTube, because if I would have just been more interested in Star Wars and just started talking about Star Wars, the community is totally different, right?
Yeah.
And especially when you're new to putting stuff on the internet like this, people are going to say stuff, people are going to comment, and you got to know how to like receive the feedback and maybe change something or not be personally offended by something that someone says about your content. So first off, the Lego community definitely like drew me in, because I was saying, oh, people do these live streams. It's really chill. And even as like somebody who's pretty new, like getting back into Lego as an adult, and I don't know, near as much as other people out there, but being able to like talk about it and not be like criticized and stuff, that was huge. So yeah, definitely seeing other adults, seeing the community, and then just trying it out for myself. Like, I think I'm someone who tends to be more analytical and wants to understand like why something is good or not. So there's that side of it. So I think it really came together, and just, you have the engineering of how it's put together. You have the aesthetics, and then you have like the features and the price points and the marketing. And that goes more to my background, because I come from sales and marketing for my degree in college. And so I kind of like that aspect of it. So much of it is rolled into it. There's so many niches within Lego that you can talk about. I mean, just the news bit alone is a huge portion of being a Lego YouTuber. So yeah, there's a lot that you can dabble into and really find your expertise on. So I think I'm finding myself in all that.
Good. That's awesome. And you're always learning and growing. And we've done that through TikTok as well, on kind of a separate platform entirely, but it's all sort of the same in that sense. And it's good to hear that you're also on Reels, growing over there as well.
Should be on TikTok.
Which is great. Brad, do you want to ask any other questions? You go back up to the top and work our way back down
from the audiences. I say we quickly sprinkle a few of those.
Ooh, sprinkle.
Sure. So I guess that being said, let me as I look for that, Danny, would you ever consider yourself wanting to go? Have you ever ventured over to TikTok? Is that something that you would be interested in as an emerging platform?
Yeah. So I talked to Liam, OP1, and he's a big TikTok guy. So he definitely is trying to get more Lego people over on TikTok. And I did create an account because I wanted to understand the platform. There was a little spurt of time there where I watched probably like 50 videos on short form content to just understand like what's going on. This thing that's just sweeping the younger generation, just stealing all of our time. It's so addictive, but it's like effective if you're putting content out there and want it to spread. So of course I had to like, give in a little bit, because I was very initially against TikTok. I still don't really like it, but the fact is it gives you a huge exposure, and I've just barely dabbled into that so far. Like, I wanted to see what the difference would be across like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Reels. And I just put something out there, and I was like, okay, somehow Reels kind of gave me like a better return on my time investment, because I was definitely flipping through a lot of Reels, so I knew what to post. With TikTok, I'm just dabbling into it. So I've tried out a few things. Like, one video just randomly got like 350K views, while all my others have like 5,000. So I'm like, I don't know how this works. I don't spend enough time on TikTok. So yeah,
that's the way it goes.
Dabbling.
Well, if you ever have any questions, let us know. We'd love to help you if you are considering it. But I would just start by posting your Reels over there, honestly. Seeing how they go. Yeah. But we do have Cy O'Connor in the house, and he asks a question today. What's your most valuable minifigure? Your most valuable minifigure?
I think this is still my most valuable minifigure, because it's actually sealed.
Wow.
Very nice.
So
beautiful Darth Revan, sealed in the package.
Years, and you have that. Insane.
I mean, it's interesting because, like, just a poly bag. How did it go up in value so much when it's not even like canon, right? I think that's crazy. But I do also have a case here with all my more valuable minifigures. I put that together not too long ago, and it's funny because I got like the Rex's ATTE not too long ago with Fifth Brother. And now all of a sudden there's no Fifth Brothers on Bricklink in the entire world. So that guy just shot up in value. I don't know. I'd probably say he's probably worth like $100 right now. But I do have the Ahsoka Tano from the Rebels combat frigate. And I think she's worth like 150 as well. So those are probably my two most. What'd you say?
I think that's like over 200 at this point. It went up crazy.
No, the Fifth Brother has to be at least 150 to 200 at this point, and Ahsoka is at least 150 as well. Like, you just named three very
valuable. So that's pretty insane.
You have like the entire.
Yeah, I usually tend to just like err on the side of the low ball side, because I go to conventions and stuff, right? And you see the figures, and I feel like people mark them up way too much. So I'm like, let's go on the low side of it, like what I think it might be worth. Plus, if you were to actually sell it, like online, you always have to pay like 10% fee to like eBay or Mercari or something. So I usually tend to just think, okay, what's it worth? What is the actual value in dollars that I would actually receive if I were to sell it? So that's kind of how I think about it. But I think that case there is probably getting close to $3,000. So that's pretty cool. I think about it as an investment. If you were to buy one bar, 1 ounce, no, not even a bar, an ounce of gold is almost $2,000 right now.
Wow.
Would you rather look at an ounce of gold or a case of minifigures?
Minifigures all day long.
For sure. Gold is boring.
Yeah. And then we have actually discussed that on the show before, because I usually run an investment section that we just aren't doing today. But this is a nice portion of it, actually. And we did a whole episode on should you consider Lego as valuable as gold? And the answer was no, because gold works in other ways. You know, you can use it for electronics and it has more valuable in like uses intrinsically. But Lego means a lot to certain people, and that's why we're willing to spend as much as we are, for sure.
Well, exactly. Yeah. And it's an unmanipulated market too, for the most part. It's not controlled by some centralized government or something. It's what people are willing to pay. And that's like a really fun way to invest, because then you know what it's worth, because it's how people feel about it. It's how much they're willing to pay for it.
Wait, did you say it's not? It's controlled by Disney. Whenever they put out a new show right now,
well, that's the thing, though. That's why I bring up Darth Revan, because it's not canon. Disney has not emphasized it. If anything, Sony is emphasizing it because they're doing a KOTOR remake. So
that's going to go up in value too.
Yeah, I know it. So I don't really understand why certain figures increase in value more than others, because like, look at the Wolfpack Troopers, right? That's not really like a Disney promoted thing. They're just only in like the Venator set. So then people are like going crazy for them because they're only in that one set and it retired. So it's interesting.
I feel like clone troopers, no matter what, they just have good value to them. Like you could have one that's in not great condition, it'll still go for over like $10.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, and just plain white.
And talk about the Lego marketing being manipulated. I think that we also have to check ourselves as content creators out there as well, because often we'll be talking about something and soon everybody will be buying it up, and we need to be careful about how we go about saying those sorts of things, because it can be manipulated at times, but we have to be careful.
And I've definitely been manipulated too, like not in a bad way, but like you know, someone says, "Oh, you should totally buy this set," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna buy it."
Was it like the ATST Raider kind of worked like that? When we had that one point where people were just like, "This set's gonna go up in value," so everyone bought up the ATST Raider, and then actually like didn't go up in any value. You're like,
it's true. Yeah, it's true.
But speaking of minifigures and sets and all that, what's your favorite set, figure, and theme? So you don't have to go super in depth. Just touch on each.
Okay. I usually default to the Ghost, because that was a big like sentimental value to like get back into Lego and like really like collect it and stuff. So I'll go with the Ghost, but I also really do love the Tantive, which you can't see, but it's on the top shelf up here. That was another one of my early buys. So yeah, those are really great. Figure, oh shoot, like it'd have to be one of the guys in this case. Like I don't know. I might have to think on that a little bit longer, but we'll just say P2 Rex, because it's just all around a great figure and character. Because you gotta have both. The figure can look really cool, but if they're not a cool character, doesn't do it for me. So we'll go with Rex.
and you own Phase 2 Rex, right? That's what you were saying.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
I got the Bark Speeder set used on eBay, so I probably paid the value of the figure, but at least I got the rest of the set with it, so it's a little better.
Danny, I just have to say, you are really showing these guys up with your collection already. Like, I don't know what they're doing, but
well, we all collect at different speeds, and I have
I know. I'm just messing with them. I know Brad's mouth dropped when you said you owned all those. So
I mean that's pretty recent too. It's like theme. I don't know. That's a tough one.
I feel like
it has to be Mario, right? Like
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
do like Arm quite a bit. So that or Friends is so good. Like I think I have a whole one Friends set that's incomplete back there. So right underneath Star Wars for sure. Star Wars and then
For sure.
probably Friends. Yeah. No, I don't buy Friends sets. So that's
I
kind of the
think we've been
joke.
a lot of friends.
Yeah. I don't really buy Friends sets. But no, I love Star
That's
Wars. It's interesting how it's always been in like the top 5 best-selling Lego themes. And as I've looked into that more, it's like, oh man, yeah, you got these hardcore Star Wars fan collectors. It's not just Lego fans. So that really probably drives up sales.
Was there a list recently of the 5 best-selling Lego themes of last year? And like Star Wars
Yeah.
number 1 was surprising.
Well, I don't know if they're ranked necessarily because they throw out the 5, but I'm not sure if it's really based on sales of which one is the top. If I had to guess, though, I would think that Star Wars would still be number 1. I don't know, maybe that's biased, but yeah, I noticed that Creator Expert replaced Friends for the first time in 12 years since it came
Wow.
out, or not 12 years,
Wow.
since 2012 when it came out.
Creator Expert also technically was put into a theme called icons now. So in the Lego stores we call it icons, and so that's architecture, that's Creator Expert, that's ideas, and so all those are now grouped together as kind of one theme.
When did that happen?
It wasn't really officially on the website that happened, but every Lego store, when they refer to any of that, that's what we talk about is Lego icons.
Oh, see, I don't get myself into the Lego store very often, so I probably didn't know about that.
I kind of worked at one for a while, so you know.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was hearing.
Yeah, so,
We have the inside scoop.
yeah, so that kind of has already been grouped together. So I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of those like prices. Oh, sorry. Like they're all kind of grouped together for like selling as a theme, and those sets are also expensive. It makes sense that they're doing so well. Also, the bonsai tree and flower set were like in the top 5 best-selling sets, if I remember, of last year.
That's nuts.
So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the reason. Okay, I quickly popped this up. I don't know if this is actually accurate. Number 1 is Lego City. Number 2 is Lego Star Wars. Number 3 is Technic, which I don't know why.
What?
Number 4 is Creator Expert. And number 5 is Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Wow.
Harry Potter's done a phenomenal job this past year. With Technic, I don't understand. I mean, yeah, there's been some really cool Technic sets out there, but like so many times I hear people say like, oh, I can't do Technic. It's just too painful. Like I won't do it. And yet it's still so popular. So I feel like those who like it a lot.
I think there's a big audience of people who love like trucks and cars and like
That's true.
that style. And so every time I see someone at the Lego store who buys those sets, that's usually what they're into. And I think
A manly man.
Yeah,
Manly man. Zane, you want to give us your pitch for Technic?
I've hated Technic. Like as far as building, have you built the UCS Falcon or anything like that, Danny? Like any of the big UCS sets? I hate having like a true Lego set that's full of Technic on the inside. But when it comes to a set that's all Technic, like the Lamborghini or the Bugatti that we have here, it changes the perspective on it, in my opinion. It trying to combine the two is a total pain. If I'm gonna build a set, I want it to be out of all Lego, like the UCS TIE Fighter, all Lego, no Technic, amazing. But when it comes like the Lamborghini, the capabilities of the engine, the pistons moving up and down, the all-wheel drive, the shifter. I mean, there's so many gearing and techniques that are used out of Lego Technic pieces that help incorporate real vehicle movements and motors and stuff like that. Because I love cars. And so it's cool to be able to take those two loves of mine and see it together more than just like a Speed Champion set.
But
Right.
Creator Expert Ford Mustang.
That one's cool. I mean, that's just like the Ecto 1. You know, it's a brick-built car, which is really cool how they can do that kind of stuff, how the doors open and everything, like the hinges and everything. It's really cool. I like the Technic for the motor aspect of it.
That's true. Sorry, I cut you off there.
You're good.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point about the UCS sets with the Technic on the inside versus being completely brick built. I actually haven't built the UCS TIE Fighter yet. I have that one in a box that I've been not building. I've been waiting for some reason.
Don't do it in stop motion. That takes way too long.
Oh gosh.
Zane tried to stop her and animate that. I can't believe you.
It took days in days. It was so much work. But the TIE Fighter, UCS TIE Fighter is an amazing build. The fact that they can attach the foils to the center without any Technic pieces is just remarkable in my opinion.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Do you got any more questions, Matt?
Last one. What does Lego mean to you, or what is Lego to you? I know
Lego
that's
is-
a loaded one. That's a loaded question, but
I think the easiest way to say that is that it's a happy place.
nice.
Because there's so many parts of Lego, no pun intended. There's so many elements of Lego that make it really fun, because you've got a hobby, you've got a community, you've got something that you can even like work towards if you're like trying to set a goal, and so it can be really fulfilling in that way. It's also like a big part of getting out there and trying to create content. Like if I didn't have Lego, like I said in the beginning, I don't think I would have really gone onto YouTube, because I didn't know exactly what I could make or do consistently. And so I think there's that aspect of it. And then just the collecting part. So like I said, there's a lot of elements of Lego that make it kind of a happy place. So
Unintended.
yeah, it's a tough question, but I think that's the easiest way to say it.
Yeah,
Well,
good answer.
not only do you build sets, but you also post a lot of mocks over on the Instagram as well, which is always great to see. And since we don't have
Huge
our yeah, nice segue. Since we don't have our fellow mock builder here, I guess I'm just gonna kind of take over a little bit and show some of your mocks that you've made. So if you want to kind of go through these and talk about each one, we have a small handful, but I think all of them are from Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Just kind of give us your process a little bit.
Yeah, these are actually the first like mocks I've ever really done, not including like the things I built when I was a child. So as an adult, after watching that first like episode of Book of Boba, I was like, this would be so fun to build like mocks based off of this series. So I did one from each episode, each week up until the finale. I did not build anything from the finale yet. I've been saying that I'm going to, but then we went on this trip, so it's been delayed a little bit. But I did 1 through 6. So there's the first one, the Tuscan. Well, actually, the first one was the Boba's palace. I don't think I sent you that picture. I don't have a very good picture of it, but I did build like a 2-story palace, and just like, oh wow, this actually not too bad. I have a lot of tan bricks. And so then this next episode, when they were going in, and he was like doing this rite of passage ceremony. This was just such a cool moment, like very reminiscent of a Jedi putting together their lightsaber for the first time. And so I was like, okay, I definitely want to make this in Lego. And so for this particular one, I actually did like a curved wall, which was my technique for challenging myself on this build. I noticed a lot of people do vignette style builds with like the clean edges and really focus on the small details. And I really like when people do that, because you can build big, but if it's just like a straight wall and it has no details in it, it's not really that pleasing to look at. So for this one, it's just really small, just a workshop table, and there was like a forge in the background. There's some of the carvings that were dropping on the floor, stuff like that. So just the little details like that. This is obviously a close up, so it does zoom out. There's like a canopy over the top, just like you see in the actual show. And so when I did the videos on each of these, I showed, this is the picture that I tried to recreate. Here's the scene. Here's what was going on. And here's what I did in Lego. It's funny because on the back side of this one too, I did a little Easter egg and put a TV screen with pod racing, like so it's like the Tuscans are like in the back while he's out here working, laboring in the sun. They're in the back with like some cool drinks, watching the pod race on TV.
I love that.
that was this one.
But you always have to include some sort of little gag or something
like
fun, something Lego.
Yeah, that's what Lego does. Is they put these little Easter eggs in there and they make it fun. So. Yeah, the next one was probably the coolest scene in the entire show, because it was actually Boba doing something cool. So because I'm just gonna be real. We wanted to see more, Boba in action, and that's not exactly how the show turned out. But this scene in particular was really cool. So this was my like larger scale thing. I really just threw a bunch of bricks on some base plates, and like I was like, oh, I'm gonna take all these off later. I still haven't. They're still all assembled over there. And I was like, just put I have so much tan, just put all this tan down. I have so many of these slopes. See if you can, make a sandy landscape. And so I just did some little speeder bikes here. These are the Kinton Sand Raiders, and technically they're supposed to be Nikto, but I didn't have any Nikto minifigures, so I kind of did a mixture of various alien species there, and then just used the set in the background. I propped it up, and I had a bunch of like the smoke, ice cream that I used as smoke, and tried to do an explosion. I learned that doing explosions is very difficult.
It is.
You did a great job, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you captured the essence of what the scene is, and it certainly has some movement to it, which is great.
Yeah, that was super fun to put this together. And it's just like, I'm kind of new to building mocks. So every time something happens and it like comes together, you're like, oh, that actually looks kind of good. So I was pretty happy with like, the way that turned out right there. And then the next one was...
I don't mean to
Go
cut you off, but I just want to also congratulate you on getting great camera angles. Like, you're
Oh,
right.
yeah.
I feel like
Thanks.
so many people feel like they have to build huge and to capture like a specific photo of that, very broad in scope. But not a lot of people focus on the things like you were talking about. And it's nice to actually
Right.
have like a scene rather than just, okay, here's my creation.
Right. Yeah, I actually noticed that from several other mock builders that I've seen online over the last year, and just how they do focus on the small details. Because the funny thing is, Lego is tiny. The Lego pieces are so small. So when you try to build something so big, the level of detail is exponential if you're going to build bigger. So I found that when people actually build even just a mock like this big, but they zoom in on these moments where the trooper is like, in action, or there's somebody getting shot, it has such a bigger impact because you relate to it more as like, it's like, can relate to it as a person rather than just a big thing that's been built. So yeah.
And it shows
Wow.
people that they don't have to have a ton of pieces in order to make something as large. But I mean, this looks pretty cool, though.
This was interesting because, of course, that particular scene was my favorite scene from the show, or from this episode. This is episode 5 now, I think. Or 4, 5.
Yep.
Mando.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm just going to build a catwalk. And then I was like, I built the catwalk. I was like, well, that's not very impressive. Like, it's just one little catwalk with 2 guys fighting on it. So let me build something that's elevated and try to do like space in the background, which is a very difficult thing to do. So I just had like a bunch of those same curved pieces. So I use that as the stand to help prop it up and give it some height, because getting height takes a lot of pieces as well. But if you have the same piece, this is a great way to use it. And then the backdrop there with that, the angled piece, that was a really fun thing to try to figure out how to do, because there's so many ways that you can get beams on an angle, but I specifically chose the kind of classic hinge brick. It's the 2-piece hinge brick where you click it in. And so I just put that on the angle and try to figure out how to connect it. But yeah, it's just all this experimentation, figuring out what works. The other support beams that are coming towards us are actually basically the legs of an ATRT. So it's the same hinge bricks of the ATRT legs. But those look really cool too. So yeah, that just came together. I also put a light brick in the middle, so it looks like when the Darksaber hits the catwalk, it like lights up right there.
Wow.
But that was kind of the only like play feature that I put into this one. Otherwise, there's just this little tower off to the side that was just kind of there because that's what you see in the episode when they're fighting. And then that's actually a custom Mandalorian armor. And I got that one from Big Kid Bricks, actually. Really, really good figure. Has like a soft fur coat and the actual Beskar piece with the Mudhorn signet and stuff. So that's a really cool custom figure.
Oh,
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So you are dabbling in the custom figures and the non-official Lego elements, which is great. I haven't really, that's not really like my style. I don't know about Zane or Brad if you guys are into that sort of stuff, but like the decals just aren't for me.
I think it's really cool. I think decals look really cool if they're done well. And there's certain decals I've actually thought about buying. I think the only decal figure I got was from a sponsor a while back from some medieval figure that they did like printing on it for me. So I think that's all I've gotten for decal wise.
See, I like them. I just honestly, it depends on how well it's done. If it's done right, if it's done good, like this one right here, I would buy that one. Now, if it's kind of just like a sticker that's been put on something, a regular figure, not too big of a fan.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I've got a couple figures that are pad printed. So I got the commandos from Republic Commandos, and I think they look really nice. But the face print is like a little grainy. Obviously, you'll keep the helmet on. They're commandos. That's what makes them commandos. But yeah, that UV printed or pad printed. I am getting a figure and a new Ahsoka figure that's UV printed. So now I'll be able to compare and see like how big of a difference they're actually. And that figure is expensive, so that one probably won't arrive for like another month or two because it's like a pre-order for this new Ahsoka figure. And I was like, okay, I don't know, I'm just going for it. So we'll see.
That's some serious patience
awesome.
you have there.
Yeah, that figure when it comes, I'll be like, oh yeah, I forgot I got this. Sick. Now I have this new fig.
Yeah.
Zane knows all about patience. It's written on his arm. He'll never forget.
You have tat?
Zane,
I do. I've
Zane
got
has
few
a
tats.
couple cool tattoos.
And it's
But
misspelled. That's the whole point.
patience is misspelled. But
Didn't have patience to figure out how to spell it.
I'm horrible
Oh.
at spelling, and so I had to ask. So when I went to the tattoo parlor, they were like, "You have to spell these words because it's a liability thing." And I was like, "Oh, great, okay, whatever." So I, grabbed my phone and I was like, "Hey Siri, spell patience," and she spelled patience, and I wrote it down. And next thing you know, I see some friends, and they're like, "That's not right." I'm like, "What? What's not right?" And they're like, "Are you a doctor? Like, are you seeing patients, or what? What's going on here?"
Oh no.
And I was like, what made me the most mad is that the tattoo artist wasn't like, "You might want to recheck that. Like, that's probably not, I'm not telling you what to do, but that's probably not the right terminology you're thinking here." Nope. Everybody just went with it until, later that day. I was like, "Oh, great."
Oh my gosh. Would you ever consider removing it?
No, not at this point. I now work for a healthcare clinic, so I can like kind of play it off.
That
So it worked
somehow.
out. And it's a great story. I mean, it's not misspelled; it's the wrong pronunciation of it. It's not like no regrets where it's missing letters.
Regrets.
Regret. That's how I make myself feel better about it, as I just say that.
At least it's not here.
Yeah, it's right here, like vacation. Not missing any letters, not nothing. Yeah. So
Zane, we're sorry to
fun
beat
fact,
up on you, but we
it's
love
okay.
you. We love you.
Okay.
Danny, you want to talk about this next one? This is a pretty cool mock.
Yeah, so this was my latest one. Supposed to be from episode 6 then. This scene with Luke Skywalker training Grogu. Actually, it's funny. I took this picture after I removed Luke Skywalker, so he's not even sitting there, but he's supposed to be sitting there. He's got his eyes closed and like his arm outreach because he's like picking up all the frogs and stuff. Such a weird moment in the show, right? Like, when have we ever seen floating frogs in Star Wars? So weird. But it was cool because like little Grogu's just sitting there like, that's kind of cool. Like, I think I want to be a Jedi, but I'm not sure I'm totally sold on this. So really cool little moment there. And then of course you got Mando, who's having a dad moment, visiting Grogu, like first day of school kind of situation. So I put a little camera in his hands, and Ahsoka's like, are you sure you want to interfere in this? He's like, let me just take this photo right here. He's just so cute. Just look at it. Right. So that's what's going on.
That
Go ahead.
scene is my least favorite part of the show because I have a phobia of frogs.
No way.
I know covered in air. I started just like going like this for a little bit. Like,
well, they're a little different. They only have one eye. Did you notice that, or were you too busy covering your eyes?
Yep, I got one little.
Brad,
that's
why are you afraid of frogs?
I feel like I've explained this like 100 times.
Not on the show.
Oh, I haven't. Okay. So
no, not on this show.
When it started, this is all I can remember reason it started, is I had this nightmare when I was a kid about a big frog that was bigger than me that ate me. And from then on, I can't, like, I was at a construction site once. I was a groundskeeper for a school. I was going up into a dump truck because we were removing this whole bed of stuff. And there was this big frog about that big in there, and it jumped. And I almost fell off the ladder I was on because and so I've had many encounters like that. I can't be around frogs in real life. They creep me out. Their tongues and their skin freak me out. And the fact that they can jump so high and quickly.
Wow.
See, I understand the jumping part, like with spiders that jump, but like frogs are different. You can smash them pretty easily.
Oh man.
Oh.
Yeah. They're not as quick as a spider.
So my
Yeah.
other fear with them is that they'll get in my mouth. I don't know why. I just have a fear that they'll get in my mouth. So
Ew.
See, okay, Brad. I'll give you a frog story. When I was a child, okay, this will be quick.
Oh, no.
I was about 8 years old, okay? No, about 6 probably. So I was taking a bath, and my dad was outside working on the sprinkler system. He's like, you know what? I found this really huge toad out here. I'm going to go throw it in the bathtub with Zane. And like, I'm not scared of frogs and things. Like, I hunt and I do all that. But my dad thought it would be funny, and he brought it in, and he threw that puppy in the tub with me. I jumped out of the bathtub, and I fell, and I went upside down between the bathtub and the toilet, and I was stuck. So I was stuck upside down, knowing there was a frog somewhere in this room that was going to eat me. And my dad just sat there, and he laughed at me. He thought it was funny.
My
Brad,
gosh.
you would die.
I would have had a heart attack.
Yeah, you would have died. Yeah, he's done
My
it.
Wow.
siblings have had some pretty bad repercussions when they try to pull stuff like that on me about frogs. They have not done it since.
Yeah, scary. Scary
All right,
frogs.
I was
We
very off topic.
Dang.
We did not know we were going here today, folks. I'm glad we
Backstories.
did, though. Brad, I'm honestly kind of surprised that you brought that up on the show. I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did.
We've talked
Last
about it
one.
hundreds of times.
No,
Ethan makes
not
fun of
on
me
the
a
show.
bunch of times.
Not on the show.
On the show all the time. He did a whole mocky time where he grabbed mocks of frogs just because.
But we never
he
explained it.
loved
We never explained
Oh
it,
man.
It was
Oh
good
man.
stuff.
How it goes. Oh, this is
I love
amazing.
this one.
Cheaper topic.
I guess different creature. Switching now to the Rancor. I guess technically this could be from the finale, but this was based on like the first appearance when they bring the Rancor in. The Hutts are like, "Here's a gift for you," and we're all like, "This is totally a trap." And then
Yeah.
we're still waiting to see what's going to happen with that. But yeah, so I was like, all right, let's try to build a creature this week. And oh my gosh, it took me so long to figure out how to attach the arms and the legs because you have to build upside down. And I was trying to figure out how to use like a ball joint so that they could be opposable and still, movable. And obviously I didn't have all the correct colors, like, the little robot arms. I wish those were tan and stuff like that. But I did notice that this Rancor is not brown. So it's like, okay, maybe I can get away with using like tan and gray. And
Yeah.
I noticed like the top is a little bit darker color and he is kind of tan. So it's like, all right, this will work. So I was honestly so surprised by the end of my like 15 hours that I spent. No, I'm just kidding. It was like 5 or 6 hours that I spent trying to model this thing. And just like the tiniest little piece makes such a big difference because the whole thing's only like this big. So it definitely took a while to figure out how to get the arms and legs attached. So now when I see anybody build like a creature, I just have so much more respect for that. And also, who was it? Hachiroku, one of the other really prominent mock builders on YouTube. He also built a Rancor pretty recently. And so when I saw his, I was like, heck yeah. Like, okay. That's like only the second Rancor that I've seen built recently based on like Book of Boba instead of Return of the Jedi and stuff. So yeah, that was definitely a process to figure out how to get this guy together, but it turned out to be like one of the more, I guess, popular photos, at least, of the mocks that I built.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think what's hard and you touched on this briefly, for Lego builders like myself, I have a lot of pieces, but not of the pieces and parts that I need to build something. Like, I don't have a ton of ball joints. So
Right.
I appreciate the way you've put this together, and it looks great, especially in the angle that you're at with it. But it is hard when you don't have the right colors and you don't feel like you have the right parts exactly to put something together, but you still make the most of it. And I think you did great. You did great. And like you said, you were building stuff at a time when it was still relevant. Right, you were putting this on Instagram as the show was airing, and I have to commend you for that because it can be very, very difficult to keep up with the relevancy of these sorts of pieces.
Yeah.
But I want to ask Brad and Zane, what are your favorites from these? Personally?
This one, honestly, for me, I love the Rancor. I love that you took into account that it is different colored. It is, up on top, and the respect to you for being able to do the joints and the arms and everything like that. Recently, I've never been a big mock person, but recently I've been wanting to explore and dabble in stuff like that, and kind of hearing your story and seeing this kind of stuff, and how, like Matt said, how you went above and ahead of the game, and as soon as you saw it, you put it out there and you were going for it and experimenting is just inspiring to me as well. But I love the Raincore. So
Nice.
Definitely a fan of the Mandalorian Duel one. I'm all
Cool.
fan of anything Mandalorian. That one's gotta be my favorite there. And
Yeah.
it feels so like we see so many bridge battles, and so this just feels so iconic to me because
Totally.
we see so many people on bridges fighting, and it's cool to get that captured in such cool detail.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think those are my two favorites as well. I don't think I would put one above the other. They're both
Yeah.
very nice, but I
They're all
like
amazing.
the. Yeah, I know. I agree. This is cool too because of the, like I mentioned before, the motion of it all, and it's such a powerful moment in the show where he thinks
Oh,
that
yeah.
he's, taking revenge on his newfound family, and there's something
Yeah.
about that just was very, very well done, and it was one of the few times, like you
Cool.
mentioned, that we get to see Boba in action doing something a little
Yeah.
more malicious, but
Totally.
very nice, very nice.
Cool.
Well,
Thank you guys. Thank you.
on that, with all that said, Zane, do you want to take us into our next segment?
I mean, we can if we really want to. I mean, I don't know if you guys want to or not, but it's always good. It's always a good time.
We want to.
Do you
What time
want to,
is it?
Danny? I think it's the time of the
course.
thing, the people and the stuff and the place and the
What he said.
that thing. Danny, do you want to do this? Are you ready? Are you ready?
Oh, well, of course. Yeah. I'm only sure.
He's looking.
What are we doing?
I had to find the intro. Yeah, it was not there. Not where I wanted it. It was before and it changed, so I had to find it again. But here we go. Okay, so as everybody knows, lately we've been experimenting with different ways of doing trivia. So this week is going to be kind of a Wheel of Fortune type of thing. I'm implementing Danny's name into this really quick. I should have done sooner, but I didn't. I didn't know how to say her name. Well, I did, but I didn't want to put it in as LEGOdanibob, and you're like, don't call me LEGOdanibob. It's just Danny. You never know.
Yeah. How dare you?
How
I can't
dare
believe
you
consider that?
Call me the name that's on my Instagram on everything else in the world here. Public
My name
knowledge.
is not Robert. We just call her Bob.
Not
Good.
Robert. Okay, and 0. I have to share the screen.
All right. Well, while that's happening, why don't we talk about something else that we can quickly talk about? Guys, go check out our merch store. Link in bio if you want to check out some
Sweet.
awesome merch. We got hoodies, we got hats, we got cups, all with our awesome logo designed by Matt on it. You can get so many different things, and all proceeds go towards helping out the show and anything that we need to pay for of the show. So highly recommend go checking that out. Link down below. I don't know why, but I did click on the link recently and it doesn't work. So go to our beacons, and I definitely know the link from there does work. I think Matt keeps copy and pasting the wrong link in, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, we'll fix it. We'll fix it for next time. I don't know what I'm doing.
Wow.
Because
Calling Matt out.
that's literally every week someone's like, hey, I want to go to the merch store, but I can't click on the link. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. So yeah.
Okay, everybody. So this week on Trivia Time, the way it's going to work is it is a Wheel of Fortune style, which that is very loud. Woo! I don't know why it plays so loud, but it did. Anywho. Okay, so the way it's going to work is we're going to start with Matt, then Brad, then Danny, and just going to go through. And you got to get the quote here. And this thing is something in a Lego store. That is the category of this sentence.
Oh.
So I don't know if you guys have ever played Wheel of Fortune, but that's just kind of how it works.
All right. So we got
Something in a Lego
the
store.
guess is how it's okay. All right.
Does it make
Okay,
sense?
and you want me to go first? Is that what you said?
You want me and Matt to go first so Danny can get the idea of what's going on?
Yep. So it'll be Matt. And
Brad.
Matt, do you want to? We're gonna spin the wheel for Matt
do it.
here.
Okay, so spin the wheel.
We're spinning the wheel.
The anticipation.
Okay, now you guess a letter. What letter do you want?
S.
S. He's going for an S. All right. Boom.
No!
There's no S. Oh, so
I know what it is.
I need
Next
to go
up
find
is
a thinking
Brad.
cap.
Matt, would you mind throwing up? Okay, never mind. Brad, throwing the music in there as well, and
Oh,
we are
yeah,
going to
yeah.
spin for you.
Oh.
Thank you. Okay. Brad, 200 points. That is what's on the system here. Would you like to choose a?
Let's guess P.
You can guess P. Oh, okay. He's going to choose P. Oh, look at that. There is a P.
I know what it is.
Don't
I think I know what it is too.
No. Stop it.
We're ending
No.
trivia time early. Is that what's happening?
No, that's not. You know how hard it was to try to find some type of sentence that relates to Lego to try this one out? It has been
Now
a
that I got
challenge.
my thinking cap on, Zane, I know exactly what it is.
It's not for you. It's not for you.
All right.
It's still for Brad. Brad gets another spin.
No! Brett, just guess all the letters.
No!
Let's do K. K.
I hate you all. Why? Why do I spend so much time on these games? Y'all are too smart.
Oh, I have no idea what it could be.
Wait, hold up, wait.
Wait, Brad,
I
are you
don't
thinking what
know.
I'm thinking?
I'm about to take Brad's turn away and give it to Danny. Just let Danny go.
Stacy.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Don't. No, I'm taking it away. We're going to Danny.
All right. Give me the roll. Two letters in the row that you can
I like
guess
that. We can do 2 in a row. That's fine. All right, Danny, we're gonna
Okay.
spin for you, and then I think of the letter you want.
Do vowels count, or do I have to pay for a vowel?
You have to buy a vowel. So you have to do this.
Oh, okay.
And if you get it right, you get money.
We'll go
and
with
you can buy a vowel.
C.
Oh, she's gonna go with C. Of course.
Do I
Of
get more
course.
money for 2 letters?
I don't know. Do you? Oh, you do. Yeah, you got 1,000. It didn't tell. I've never done
Oh.
this before, though.
See, it's all I care about is winning. So,
So for your second one, would you like to buy a vowel or spin again?
well, we'll spin again.
Okay. I'm going to spin again. You know, I thought about this too. I was like, maybe this might be too easy. And I'm like, everything that's easy, they have the hardest time picking, so they won't figure
I'll
it
do
out.
an L.
An L?
L.
An L?
An L?
All right. That's the second spin for Danny, and she is up a lot.
Okay,
She
yep,
has-
I know what it is.
I am
course you
taking the L. I guess I'm gonna have to go with R. Well, spin
For an arm?
first. I'll probably get bankrupt or something. Who knows?
Probably. I hope you go bankrupt.
6 hundo.
A 6 hundo for what are you
Oh, wait.
saying? For
Can I buy? Wait, can I buy a vowel?
not yet.
Was
Not yet.
Not
What?
yet.
Why would you
Okay,
do
so,
that?
I'm thinking. I'm thinking R.
R. That's R.
Yeah, R. Like a pirate.
Also, I was gonna mention don't look at the comment section, but you guys got it in 5 seconds, so we're just gonna keep
Yeah.
pretending like we don't know what this is.
How many letters do you have to guess for me to vote yes for us?
Can
So,
I guess yet? When
I
are we
think-
allowed to guess?
I think you can guess at this point. We'll just say that you can guess.
Okay.
We'll solve the puzzle.
Okay.
No,
What
I'd
do you
like
think
to
it is?
solve the puzzle.
Okay.
wait,
Pack a rat wall?
Pack a rat.
you give us 2 things already.
Puke a click ball.
Pack a crack ball.
That's incorrect.
Gosh
Pack.
dang it!
Y'all are so rude. So rude.
Oh my gosh.
Brad, would you like to solve buy a
Yes.
vowel or spin?
I want to beat that.
Oh,
We're gonna go
Greg, come on, this is such a hollow victory.
Wait, what?
Pick a brick wall.
Okay, solving it for prick a brick wall. That is correct. Obviously, but what people didn't take into consideration is the actual winner of this.
Oh no. Money means nothing.
It should have meant something. I don't know why it did that. I guess it just bankrupt everybody. I guess that's how the
Took
game
all my
works.
money.
Well,
I still say Danny Bob won.
Zane.
He gets 1,600.
Yeah,
points.
I second that. I second that.
Zane, I think all I'm gonna say is maybe we could not do the Wheel of Fortune next time.
I feel like that's a good. Well, unless it's like a Star Wars quote, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
There's
I tried to
some-
make it easier, but yet difficult because these two, for some, it doesn't matter. I can ask the same question 4 times and they will still get it wrong. The one time, like, all right, we'll make it a little easier for him right off the bat.
Just give me one letter. I got that.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so upset right now. Danny, that's not how the game's supposed to work.
Well,
Please don't hate-
honestly, I think we need to nominate Cy O'Connor for actually picking the correct answer because he chose puke a click pull,
Puke
Yeah.
Oh,
which perfectly fits.
Not-
Cy O'Connor.
pack a crack ball.
Oh, that one's good too. That one's good too.
Oh, oh
All
my
right,
god.
guys.
Y'all are so mean.
I think Zane wants to have a few tears after this. Let's get
I'm
some
very
tears.
upset.
What a segue.
All right,
Oh my
perfect. All right. So
Oh.
we got an amazing guest on here this week. And so when I was talking to her about what we should do for tier lists this week, everything she talked about was stuff we've already done. So I was like, all right, I gotta get a little bit creative here. So I decided, guys, we're gonna go into the minifigure lines and we're pulling out Lego Wizarding World Series 1, which is actually a very interesting line. This was actually my first Harry Potter stuff I ever got was from this. From the Rochester Mall. First time I ever went to a Lego store, I bought 2 of these. I think that's a fun detail. It was Dobby and Luna. So yeah. So this was a very interesting line back in the day. It was the first Harry Potter one. It was called Wizarding World Series 1 because there's also Fantastic Beasts. So this was 2018, so the time period of Fantastic Beasts set too. So let's get right into it. As you guys know, how we do this, if this is your first time joining us for a tier list, we're going to go through, we're going to look at all the different minifigures, and these are all the minifigures right there. There's a lot in this series. There's let's see, that's 5 wide for, so that's 22 minifigures.
Holy cow.
I'm pretty sure. So that's a lot compared to the, like, what was it, 16 for the Marvel wave. So a lot of cool ones in here. We'll get right into it in a second. But as we're going to go through all of these, we're going to look at them individually, and then we got the tier list here. So then in the next case, we're going to be going into the tier list and moving them into whether we think they're an amazing figure, going to S, or if they're just kind of all right at F. That's like, so that's C. C is all right. F is if we think this is the worst figure in the world, which we have. And then afterwards, we're going to go into our other tier list here and rank this. Do we think this theme as a whole was a good minifigure series, that they should have done this, that this was a good one, or if it was just a flop with an F? So, all right, let's get right into it. So let's quickly go through the minifigures here so we can remember what these figures looked like. All right, so first off, we did get 2 Harry Potters, but the nice thing is, at the time, they were using the gray robes. So on the left was a very unique one with the black robes, the gray undershirt. You got Hedwig, the different hairstyle, and the short bendable legs, which I think that was a little bit newer around that time period with that medium-sized bendable. And then we got Harry Potter in his invisibility cloak from the first movie, which honestly is such a cool figure. I've seen this one. I think that shimmering cloak piece is just awesome. And toe printing. Also, we got Hermione and Ron. So we got the whole trio with that same sort of robe style. And I do like how they took it from the movies too. You know, we got Harry Potter's robe look, and we got Hermione's, which is like nicer. She always like presents herself nice. And then it's like Ron, who's just like, I don't care. I'm just rolling my flow up here. And you get Crookshanks with Hermione and Scabbers with Ron. Which, for the record, I don't know why these pictures are blurry. I took them off my usual website, and they usually aren't this blurry.
They don't look that bad.
Okay, good. Seamus Finnegan with also in his Harry Potter robes, which I think is really cool. So you got some different of the Gryffindor house here. It comes with the Gryffindor flag. On the right there, I just realized we lost Zane. But on the right there, we get...
It's okay. You covered me up with Sai's comment anyways. It's fine.
Yes, it was. I'm pretty sure I was right about that, but I completely forgot. This was the first time of using short bendable legs. We got Neville there from the house.
Second movie?
The greenhouse where they're...
Yes, greenhouse. Thank you. I couldn't remember what it's called. I have the miniature one. All right, next up,
Apology.
Cho Chang. Which you do get a skirt, which is kind of cool because they don't usually do that in the sets, which giving the figures like the gray skirt, which is what all the female characters were. And then
does she also have a skirt too?
Yeah, Luna has a skirt too. Honestly, this figure of Luna, I'm a huge Luna Lovegood fan. This figure is my first figure to have her, and it's absolutely fantastic. You can turn her face around, and she has the Spectre specs, so her eyes look super crazy. Just the colors with her are so fun, and they're so crazy, but they go really well together. So
yeah,
you get the Quibbler. So All right, on the left here is Mad Eye Moody, which cool thing is you can turn his face around and he's imposter, and they have the hairpiece there with the little polyjuice potion. So that's awesome. And then you got Professor Tarani, another great minifigure. I do have this one. I got it from a secondhand source, so I don't have her little like teacup thing, but still another great figure from the movies, which you actually didn't get into it in a set until this year with the new book. So
I like that she had that teacup piece. I mean, have we seen that before? I've never seen it.
we've seen the cup, but not the plate it's on.
That's what I'm saying. Like those together, I've never seen that as a combination.
Matt, I don't think we've seen that.
No, and it's printed too, which is very nice.
All right, on the left, we do got Cedric Diggory from The Maze, which this set goes great with another set that we got in the same time period, which was the graveyard scene. So you can have Cedric Diggory dead in the graveyard if you want, which I actually went into. I'm pretty sure it's my Lego store back in the day. And there was
gruesome.
Cedric. There was, what was it? The graveyard scene, and then there was someone had the Horntail scene. And they had Cedric from the Horntail like dead in the middle of between both.
Oh my gosh. Master has given Dobby a sock.
And then Dobby, which I think this was the newer mold of his head, which is awesome. And you get a sock, and it actually fits in the book. So it's really great. Yeah. All right.
Oh, it's a snake. Oh God.
He should not be named. All right. We're not. We're Harry Potter fans here. We're not going to name him.
Hey, I didn't know that Dumbledore had a frisbee. What's that about?
That is the what it's called.
It's the tray that you can see. Yeah,
I'm remembering
so that tray in there. So it's really cool. You get this great Dumbledore figure and a great Voldemort figure. All right, next we get into our Fantastic Beast figure. You get Newt Scamander there, and he gets the Niffler. Niffler, that's what it's called.
Which loves gold, right?
Yes, and I think this was the only time you got the Niffler was with this, which was really awesome that it's that unique of piece. And then you got unique. Oh gosh, I don't remember her name. 1 second here.
Anyone remember her name? I don't.
I know it's his girlfriend.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I've never seen Fantastic Beasts, and I've only seen the full Harry Potter series once in the same day.
You're a disappointment to everybody around you.
Sorry, Zane.
Sorry, Dad.
There we go. Next up, we got Jacob Kowalski, I'm pretty sure, and
Status report
on the right. And then the last figures we did get with this was Cedric's Barebone and Percival Graves on the right, which can turn into the Johnny Depp's character,
the bad guy, whatever his name is.
I'm blanking on his name.
I don't know his name.
Yeah. I don't know either, but I do have something to add. So this is just a fun story with regarding the series. My friend Vic, he's a close friend of mine since like preschool. He loves Harry Potter, and he was trying to collect all the figures from this. And the last one on the right here, there's only one of them, I believe, per box that the CMFs come in. And so I felt through like every single pack. I went to a Books Million. I don't know if you guys have any BAM stores near you, but they had one of the full boxes. It was like complete with all the figures in it, and felt through everyone. And it was finally the last one with 2 hair pieces to know that it was that figure, and I got it for him. So, yeah,
that's crazy.
Wow, that's commitment that I would not have.
I have a funny story about this team too. So I only had 2 of these figures, and then the beginning of the pandemic, I went to like Rite Aid, because I needed some stuff. Like I wanted to get some snacks, and I needed some medicine, I'm pretty sure too. And I quickly went into their Lego aisle because I always love checking. And they had like 5 or 6 of those figures. Yeah, still, because it was beginning of pandemic. So I was able to get a bunch of them and a few other.
Wait, did you say pandemic? Is that what you're saying right now? It's pandemic. It's got a D, not a T.
My nose.
It's okay, the pandemic. Hey! Don't point. We talk about his flaws, not my flaws.
I did find a bunch of these, and I was able to actually trade a bunch more afterwards from friends and stuff. But it's a great line. I did forget to here. I forgot Draco and Quidditch Rogues with the snitch. I'm sorry, I forgot about that one. And Flitwick with the megaphone. which is a great version of that figure too.
But I thought that there was another person with a double hairpiece. I want to correct Matt.
Yes, it was Mad Eye.
Mad Eye. Yeah.
Yes, the
Yeah, but
hairpiece.
they were the same type of hairpiece. If you look, I
Yeah.
think they're
Yeah.
pretty much the same type at least.
Yeah, if you go
Where
to the
Mad
end
Eye
page-
had longer hair. Yeah, the same exact.
Danny, what do you
Sorry,
think
I
of
wasn't so specific.
I have Dobby, I have Neville, and I have the girl whose name that none of us can remember from Fantastic Beasts. With the hot dog.
Tina.
Tina? That's her name? Really?
The hot dog?
Yeah, that's Tina.
I guess. Someone said Rose in the comment. I was like, I don't think
Rose
that's
sounds more like it. I feel like it's Rose. I don't know. I haven't seen Fantastic Beasts since it came out, so
Yeah, and there's the new movie coming out here soon, so
yeah, I have yet to see the trailer.
yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But as a whole, what do you guys think so far? Like before we get into it, just quickly as a whole, what do you guys think?
Being
feel
that
like
I
it
don't
could've-
know a lot about these characters, I think
Yeah.
the detail is really well done. I like that they each come with an accessory of some sort. It feels complete, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan. Danny?
Are there 7 from Fantastic Beasts? Is that what I'm counting?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6.
Yeah, like they're just not nearly as well known. So yeah, like for all of us, we're except for one, we're like not quite so sure, because that's the big thing is like when you see them in the movie or the show, and then you can like really critique the details of the minifigure. So I mean, I think that the Johnny Depp character is probably the best out of all the Fantastic Beasts one, but I like the other character inclusions, especially the Cloak of Invisibility is really cool.
And I do have to say, like, I do know quite a bit about the Fantastic Beasts movie. I have a few of the sets. Newt Scamander's, I think, a very well detailed figure, but we did get him in some other sets. But we also say the same thing about Harry Potter, so it's like you can't really say much. But I think it's harder because, like, you know, Jacob, he's in a suit, and it's like, okay, we can get other minifigures in suits all the time. What's kind of special about this? But it is hard because they're trying to say, like, Queenie was a very good, well detailed figure, where some of the other ones weren't as much. But I think we got a great, you know, we got people who are fans of Harry Potter movies, Zane, who saw them when they first came out. We got Matt, who's only saw these once. I think that's a really good panel here to judge these figures pretty well. So
I agree. Different perspectives.
Let's go.
Exactly.
Oh, by the way, Brad,
Let's do
Danny was right. There was 7. You're wrong. She was right. Next to Voldemort, there's the back 4, and there's 3 on that left side.
Yeah, I also have Newt Scamander. I forgot about that because I do have the Niffler, and the Niffler is a really cool molded piece.
It's an amazing piece. No, there's 2 on the left side, then 1,
3.
2, 3, 4 in the back.
3 on the left side. Right? The guy
Who's
holding the megaphone?
Yeah.
All right, one second here. No. The guy holding the megaphone is Flitwick.
Is he?
What?
Yeah.
That doesn't look like
So-
Flitwick.
Yeah, that's him in the later movies.
I do have to
the
say-
first movie.
I do have this guy, but he's missing the hairpiece because I used it for my
so
sig
hair.
fig. He
looks
has a
weird.
really good hairpiece
Yes.
for his that I use for my sig fig. It's exactly like my hair, but he has the Cinnabons in the.
You should never
in the
go
briefcase.
bald.
Yum.
I want to see him. I'm so
No,
hungry.
Flitwick, that's Flitwick from like 3 later on when they went darker and changed the actor's look. Yes,
I
he's
think you're
got.
right.
If you look at the books, he got that other weird look, and then they changed it up. So 6. I was
Dang
right.
it.
Come on, Harry Potter.
Dang it.
But I did miss throwing in Draco and Flitwick into the full picture. So we'll look at
Danny, I tried to stand up for you. I'm sorry.
I know. I appreciate it.
First off, here we got Harry Potter in his more elegant, like nicer than just the gray top robes. What do we think here?
I like him. I think Harry Potter's kind of a neutral figure. I mean, you get him all the time, but the
Yeah.
invisibility cloak is one that I put at a higher rank.
Yeah.
All right, let's start with the one on the left first. I think because at the time we didn't get the black robe, so this was much more rare, which I do like. Because if you remember, we only got them in the gray tops in the past. It's not until the newer like minifigure lines that we got them in more of this style. But I do agree. I think this is like that figure is the perfect him, Hermione, and Ron.
Yeah.
We can all agree it's just C. Like it's a good figure. We can all
Yeah.
agree they're good figures. and especially for that time. But we get them in every set, so like they're a great starting point of neutral figures.
I think it's a B. That one on the left is a B for me.
Oh, B, okay. I can move them
So,
to a B.
Here's my question: as not a Harry Potter fan, or as near as a Harry Potter fan as you guys are, I like the films, but like, I just don't rewatch them all the time.
Yeah.
Would you say that having 2 Harrys in this series takes away a spot for another figure that could have replaced it, a better figure?
Yes.
No, yes, you do.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Because we get Harry in so many sets. There's every opportunity to
That's
get
what
Harry,
I
but
was
there's
thinking.
never an opportunity to get like McGonagall or something like that.
It's true.
That's
a good
what I was
point.
thinking.
The only thing I'll say is the Cloak and Invisibility one was needed. We needed that
That's cool.
figure in the pajamas with the cloak. Like, that's something we don't get in the sets a lot. Whereas
I would agree with that.
The one on the left, we didn't really need. And same thing with Hermione and Ron, even though these are better detailed figures than the ones we actually get in the sets, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So,
But you're right. No, that's a good point. I didn't think, but I thought about how they're both very iconic moments, like bigger ticket parts of the movie. But you're right. There's a lot of other figures that are also big parts, big players in this that they missed out on because of this.
So
yeah.
I'd say that first Harry is C, or we want to go anywhere else with them.
I would say C for me. Danny,
It's kind of middle ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
would you say C, lower, higher?
C's fine. Yeah. It's like mid ground.
Don't
All right,
don't
and
feel afraid to go against what we say either.
It's an
because
F. No, I'm just kidding.
We want
I mean,
your
there's
whole
detail in that.
perspective.
Yeah. There's so much detail in the figure, though, that I feel bad about dropping him any lower than a C because it is a good looking figure. But yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and then Harry Potter and Invincibility Cloak. I'd say
It's an
A.
S.
S.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, so how this
No,
works is three people just say
Capes are
S.
important. Capes are really important. Capes
True.
make the value of a figure.
And that's a double-sided cape too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's unique.
That's very unique. And the toe printing with the side foot printing, like all the way around, not just the front.
Yep.
On short legs too, which you don't
On
get
short
very often.
legs. The hair piece. Not a unique hair piece, but no, it just
Yep.
fits. Like he just got out of bed, like the whole.
Yeah, and that's not something the shirt even that we get in much. I don't think in any of the Harry Potter sets.
I could go with S. I could step behind that.
I could agree with that, Matt.
I'm gonna say A.
Oh, we got three
Sorry to
Fs.
be different.
Be a Debbie Downer. Let us all know how you really feel.
Hermione.
B.
Yeah, I'd go with B. The Ron face does not look good.
I
I like his torso though.
with the loose tie and all that. And
Yeah, the
opened up
torso's
rope.
cool.
So
I have
B
to
for
say
Hermione.
C for both. For me
C, okay.
personally.
I give Hermione a B
Brad?
and Ron a C.
We got two
This
C's.
Hermione is one of the best Hermiones we've gotten, and I'd say that does qualify her for a B. Ron, I do have to say, is a C.
So where does
Okay.
that put us?
B and C.
B and C.
So
A, B, C, D. We're learning our alphabets here, everybody. Except for we go from D to S to A to what?
What?
We're not learning.
Seamus Finnegan, which for the record, this isn't a figure we get a lot of. So I'm very glad that they did add him in with that more, and especially with the scarf printing, which is something we don't really get with the other figures.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it's
do?
continuous too.
I'm gonna
And
go
that-
back and rewatch all of our shows and turn our show into a drinking game. And every time Brad
Oh,
says "for the
no.
record," I'm gonna just throw a couple
Oh
back.
my gosh.
Zane, you need
I-
to keep this G rated.
Hey, I'm just telling you what I'm doing. Man. I'm pointing it out.
You're drinking apple juice, right?
Apple juice and water.
Here, say, how about this? For the cartographer, I think that this is definitely one of the best Seamus Finnegans we have gotten in a minifigure, as a Harry Potter minifigure. Personal opinion, especially
I
with the
don't think
printed
there's
flag,
anything
both
wrong with
double
him.
side.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not too thrilled. Again, I'm not too thrilled about him or let down. I mean, he's a good
Yeah.
figure. I like his little flag. It's cool. Good printing on the legs and the chest. But I'm not like, wow, this figure.
I think the continuation of the scarf, like Danny had mentioned, that's like the only thing that really like excites me. But of course, like I said, I'm not a big fan of the character itself.
Yeah.
So like I just
I'm
don't know a whole
BC.
lot about it.
I'd say B.
I would say. Okay, here's my question: could he have come like this in another set?
If they did a Hogwarts Quidditch, do they have a Quidditch stage?
They do
Yeah, small
have
one.
a couple, but he's not in it.
Well, then I could go B if he's not in anything like this.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick to C. It's just not exciting.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't know a whole lot. I'm sorry.
Where would you say, Danny?
Yeah, I like B is fine. He's just good.
But
What
not
did you
great.
say?
I really like
Easy.
Neville.
Neville Longbottom, and that's such a good scene too.
Yeah.
My only thing is, I guess at the time period we didn't have this figure, but we did get basically a more upgraded version of this figure in the book of later on. So
With the
there
one-up
was
face?
opportunity. I think it's a bit different of a face because they kind of went away from that stupid look that he has all the time.
The stupid logos. Well, I like that. I don't know. The scene makes you smile. I love the hands that are like the gloves that they wear.
Yeah,
You know, the hairpiece has the earmuffs.
that was unique to this. That the earpiece does have the earmuffs. For the record,
I like it.
Hit one back, Zane.
I'm telling
No,
you,
I
it's gonna
like
be a
it.
thing, guys.
and
Well, not only that, but you could use the earmuffs on other things too. Like you could take it apart and use it on a mock.
And the little creature in the, I forget what it's called, that he's holding there, in the future sets,
Mandrake.
it comes as a cylinder.
Mandrake,
Yeah,
yep.
thank you. Mandrake comes as a cylinder. This was not a cylinder.
Yeah, that's true.
It's in a little pot.
So what do you think? I'm thinking like B.
I'll say.
Does
B.
he have the short
But he-
movable legs?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a short bendable and no printing.
That's
I
better
go-
than the herbology book.
I was gonna say I could go A.
Yeah, I'm going A on that.
Hey?
I'll go B.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we got 2 A's and 2 B's.
If I remember right. I'm trying to remember what rule we made up for that.
Don't we go to the
Always
Always
chat?
go lower.
Yeah, we go to chat. I feel like we should.
Oh, we can drop it in B, and what the chat says in a minute, we can pull it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm planning to pull it up anyways. I'm like, it deserves higher.
Cho Chang.
Cha-ching.
Wait. She has the skirt. So most of the figures back in the day came with that gray looking sweatshirt. They don't usually
Yeah.
have the black robes over it. Where this one, I think it made sense to go with her character like that. Because I think
Mhm.
that's, but she also has the skirt, which is new.
Well,
think
and I like her owl. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not just Hedwig. We get a bunch of Hedwigs, whereas she's
Yeah, that's true.
got her own owl.
And I think that's a different color owl than we usually get too, which is nice.
I don't know. Again, she's still kind of boring though. I mean, as a
Yeah.
figure goes, like I understand like the prominence behind it. Like
No,
I can
agree.
respect it, but I see it, I'm just like, ooh, Lego. It's not. None of the stuff has really just been like, wow, it's a figure. Like, what's her face? Like that one's
And you're a
exciting.
big
I'd give her-
fan. And you're a big
Yeah,
fan.
and I like Harry Potter. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I can respect it because I love the movies, and I understand it. But as figures go, I feel like it's like a C.
I can agree with C.
Yeah, I go C. I think she'd have a different face to make her look younger, because that's what that one's from. Her later
Yeah.
one with the different hairpiece, I think, looks better.
Yeah, I can
I'm
agree.
saying B. Yeah, or C. Yeah, C. Yeah.
She salty.
All right, Luna Lovegood. I'd say S. The fact that her face can turn around and she's got the Spectre specs and looks all crazy,
Yeah.
it's super great. The Quibbler, you never get that in any other set. You get the short blue legs with that like very unique printed skirt over it, which has got the horses and like
What
you don't
is
see
it?
that in set. And then you got the pink torso, like plus the purple, her purple bag. I'd say that's an S, personally.
I think the printed tile is like a huge deal for me. Like I
Yeah,
love
me too.
printed
That's pretty cool.
pieces. And her skirt's pretty cool. Like I
Yeah.
don't know, I feel like there's a lot with it. Does it look like, because I forget what the character looks like. Does it look like
Yeah.
her from the movies? Okay.
It does.
Do you want
I'd
me to
give
pull
it
up
an
the
S.
picture?
I can go A.
Yeah. I go S.
Go ahead.
3 S's and an A.
Sorry to be that guy.
I think it's not 2 S's and an A.
Yeah. Yeah. You should be on here more often, Danny. I love
It fits
this.
right in.
The banter is just so crisp with what you're doing. I love it.
Oh wait.
I'd give him an S. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Oh, he's
The
a
leg
king.
printing, all
Yeah.
the craziness, the straps and the chest piece, the multiple hair pieces. How you said that you can switch it to the imposter, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
The staff, the wand,
Barty Crouch
the
Jr.
potion. I mean, what more could you ask for, Matt?
No, actually, I was gonna say an S for this one. Genuinely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think, yeah, no, this is just a great. I wish they found someone because doesn't he have like a peg leg type thing? I wish they found someone to incorporate that in, but they did mismatch the legs, so they did a decent job. But no, that's still great. All right.
Did he
Trelawney.
wait? Did he come in any other sets though? That's my only
No,
question.
not around that time period. The newest set he came. Okay, for the record, like last year when they did the whole new revamp of all the sets, that completely changed. Like they started bringing a lot more figures back. But since this was like 4 years, holy crap, that was 4 years ago, 2018. He is in the newest book that just came out this past March. So that doesn't count for me because he didn't come out in other sets during that time period.
Okay, we're getting old, Brad.
Okay.
All right,
No,
Trelawney.
I like this
I
Trelawney.
like it.
Yeah, the hairpiece with the headband is really good. And then the
Yeah.
newer one, she has just legs, not a skirt. I personally like this one more.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree.
I think she's an S. Honestly, I mean,
Really?
it fits that whole scene. Her in the cup and the fortune telling, the headband, like you said. S for me on this one.
Also, that printed cup piece. That's
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll say yes
Matt?
as well. Yeah.
Are you feeling okay? You gave Harry Potter an S. Oh my gosh.
No, I like the hair specifically.
All right, Cedric Diggory before he's about to die.
So dark.
Don't
Yeah.
spoil the movie, Brad.
Brad. Spoilers.
Forever, like
If you haven't seen
No,
it by
I know.
now, I'm sorry. It's
I'm
kind of
joking.
you're
I'm
kind of.
joking.
pop culture at this point.
I like Cedric. I think it's a good figure, but again, the legs could have some pockets or something. I feel like it's missing something at the same time. I'm happy about the trophy, but still a little dull. to me-
The past trophies were brick built, and the ones that came around this time period for the Tri-Wizard Cup were all brick built. So this was definitely the best trophy. But I don't think it helps the figure. I think that's the best part about it. Like it boosts up to the
Yeah.
new B.
I'm thinking A or B.
For Cedric, oh man, I was like thinking like C or D.
I was
Really?
thinking
Oh
C.
wow.
Yeah.
But the
Wow.
trophy is like important. It's the only thing that I'm thinking is like for mock building, doing Harry Potter stuff, you would want the trophy. I feel like.
Yeah.
I wish
Cedric-
the trophy were like colorful because it's kind of
Yeah.
like glass and should be like
Is it?
transparent, like have
It
some
is.
blue,
Okay.
red. I
Okay.
think the trophy's really bombed. It bombed it.
They
Okay,
could have done like
so
a
C-
translucent in the middle. C. I'm down behind or a C. I could see a C.
Sweet.
I'm gonna say C.
Maybe even a D.
Sorry, Brad. Oh,
You're right.
Brad himself is lowering a Harry Potter to a D.
Well, the only reason this figure is good in the whole lineup is it's the only Hufflepuff you get.
Right.
Yeah, but
And of
still.
course, it's Cedric Diggory. And I don't know why they keep trying to make Cedric. They need to make more Hufflepuffs. Like,
could he
Yeah.
have
He was my
came in?
favorite.
Could he have came in other sets as well? Because
Yeah.
that's always what I
Very-
think of. Okay.
did
so-
come in the first task set with the dragon, which that's a really good figure right there. Around that time period,
Yeah.
though, there was a
I'm gonna-
version of Harry that matches this, but yeah. Sorry.
I'm gonna say D.
I
D.
kind of agree. D.
Danny, you get your wish. We're going to a D.
Sweet.
Sweet.
D for Dan.
Sweet. D for Danny. Danny. Lego, all caps, lowercase Danny Pup.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. What about Dobby?
Love him.
Oh, I love Dobby.
Oh, such a good.
So, if you guys didn't know, this is my mother. It's for Danny, just so you know. And yes, we had our dog named after Dobby, who we got from the pound. We rescued her. The best
Aw.
dog we've ever had. Did not bark at a thing. She would hold her bathroom like till she could go outside. Like not one problem with her ever. And so Dobby is like a huge part of our family. And so I just have to give it an S.
Doesn't Dobby come in other sets?
Don't ruin this, Matt. Be careful.
Oh, actually,
You
around
best
that
check yourself.
Doesn't
The
he come
only
with 4 pivot drive?
Privet Drive, but that was later. Wasn't that 2020 we got Privet Drive?
It was a year after this.
Yeah, and he's technically got a different face thing on it. I think this is the. One second,
This face is cuter.
Yeah, one second.
Is it?
The cute
Okay.
face, the sock, the bug.
Because I don't know. Genuinely, I'm just
I
asking.
think he did, but like everyone said, I think it was a later period, and this one's just a cute. I wish the legs maybe moved, but other than that, yeah. There's the other Dobby. That one's just a creepy Dobby.
Okay. But is it the same torso?
It looks like the same torso, but different face, different molded head.
Yeah. No, I mean it
Yeah.
looks good. Don't get me wrong, it looks good. I'm gonna have to go with A on that one. I think.
S for
But
me.
it wasn't until 2 years later, and that they hadn't made a Dobby. The only Dobby they made before this was a really weird looking one from like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It looks
dual
like a
printed legs.
Gungan.
The Gungan.
Yeah.
Is this the only
He looks naked.
dual printed legs? Brad, was the other one that you showed us dual
Yeah,
printed legs
it's dual printed legs too.
or dual molded?
But in my
Dual-
opinion, for
whatever.
this time period, this figure was an S because they had. Do you want to see the
Okay.
other Dobby? Because it'll give you nightmares.
No, that's okay. I would rather not have the nightmares.
I'd rather not have the nightmares.
I'll go with. I think I'm still gonna go with A on this one. Sorry.
A.
Yeah.
Danny, is your A?
Yeah. Yeah, A.
All right.
We have
so
two S's and an A, so we're leaving
well,
it in the
yeah,
name.
it has to be 3 S's. That's my rule. 3 S's. All right. Voldemort.
No.
I'd say Voldemort's like a D.
He's kind of
Yeah,
bold.
it's pretty boring.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, and
Does
you
he
get it with
other sets?
Yeah,
That
there's
sound like
one
a
other
broken
set, he's
record
like
here.
in black robes. Like,
Yeah, the green robe throws me off.
I mean, it makes sense to the scene that
I know, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. I'm really not. The headpiece is unique, but other than that,
Yeah. And this funny fact is, Voldemort is the only minifigure with a nose, even though in the Harry Potter world he is the only character without a nose.
That's funny.
why would they do? Creepy.
Yeah, Matt, what are we thinking?
I see. I don't. Here's what I think is like. What are you gonna do? Like, if it's not this, what more would you do with it? Like,
True,
I don't think it's
but
bad. I'm gonna
I
go
don't
with
know.
B.
Wow.
Danny, what do you think?
I think
here?
it's an important character. That's all I'm saying.
I was just gonna put him on a C. Just kind of like good.
I can agree with that. See,
Yeah. See.
All right,
Good.
and then
Not great, but
which this is the only version of this looking Dumbledore, which that head and hair piece goes together. Like that's one continuous piece right there. You get printing on the legs and the torso. That more unique beard piece.
anything
you
with the
get
frisbee,
other-
that's unique.
Yes, that printed piece there is very unique. You don't get that with any other set. Dumbledore, you get him in other sets, but nothing like this. And this was from one of the later movies, which they don't usually make minifigures from.
What if
I'm
they
gonna go
made
with S.
Voldemort this ADD moment? What if they made Voldemort as in like one of Harry's flashbacks where he's wearing the suit, like at the train station?
Oh yeah.
Like that would be a cool version of him. Something different than what you get in other sets.
Sure.
That's fair.
Boom, mic drop. Figured it out.
I think I have to say, as for Dumbledore, because I know he has that like really cool printing where it's
Yeah.
like reflective. So when you move
Yeah.
the figure, like it has that shine to it, which I really appreciate.
Yeah.
I love it. And if you look at the robe too, just like the little wavies all over it, and the bottom of like right there at the very bottom, it's got the fringed little edge.
Mhm.
Some good printing. I give him an S.
I'm down for us too.
Danny?
Danny,
Yeah. That's,
Yep.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Solid.
just double checking with everyone before I.
As for
Danny's
solid.
reactions confuse me so hard. She looks so serious, like she's about to give it like an F, and she's like S. I'm like, oh, all right. Okay.
All right.
Newt gets an S right off the bat.
Nope,
Which
yep.
Yep.
Newt's commander.
You see his little pocket animal that he has, the little flower thingy that.
The bow truckle.
Yeah, the bow truckle. Yeah. Perfect.
okay,
And dual
so
leg printing behind there if you look closely.
this is unique to his figure. Like there are other figures made of him, but
Mhm.
this is actually a unique version of him where he's got the bow truckle and it's the full blue suit plus that printing on the bottom legs there. This is a unique version of him. I was just quickly double checking that.
Yep. S for me.
I
I'll
do
say
like the
S
figure.
as well because he's very detailed.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll give him that.
For sure. For sure.
For sure. For sure.
Indubitably.
Indubitably. For the record, I think he's a S.
Oh my gosh.
Where would you want to drop him, Danny? If you, I mean, it's gonna go to S no matter what, but just make sure we get your opinion.
Yeah.
Unless
S,
she
yeah,
says
I said
like,
S.
okay.
Yeah.
She was the first one to say S, Brad.
Sorry,
But as soon as you clicked over, she's like, S. Bam,
S.
right there.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
What's her name again?
Tina.
I don't know.
I'm gonna call her Peggy.
Side told us. Let me find it.
It says
Peggy?
it was Rose, but I don't think that's right. Wait.
Tina Goldstein.
Tina Goldstein.
Yeah.
I like Peggy better.
Yeah.
She looks like a Peggy.
Yeah. Basically,
Aiden.
any girl with a British accent is Peggy from now on.
She's Peggy.
Aiden.
That's Peggy.
That girl looks like one of the new Pokemon kids in the upcoming game.
No way.
Well, the relatability for this is good, I guess. Why does she have a hot dog? I don't understand that.
because
And a
I think
wolf.
she eats one in New York, doesn't she?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she
Oh.
does.
Or as the kids call it, a glizzy. I don't know why, but
Yeah, Glizzy.
What's the glizzy thing? I don't understand that.
It's
But,
like a
I mean,
Jersey thing.
The printing on her, the like the buttons go all the way down the jacket into the leg, and then she has the seam on the leg printing
Yeah.
into the dual mold stuff. I
Yeah.
think she's like an
I do
A.
like that.
I'd agree. She's an A. She's
For
got
sure
some-
an A.
We don't even know her name. Wait.
but
We looked into the
She
figure.
looks good.
She looks good for
Okay.
what she is.
Yeah.
I'll say A.
Jacob.
Boring.
Yeah, I'd say honestly, this is the like I like the idea behind him. I like the cinnamon buns that are printed and stuff. But let's be honest, this is an E. Like it's a
He doesn't
Yeah,
even-
it's low. He's just a businessman.
Yeah.
He doesn't
Yeah.
have a double-sided face as well. Like
Yeah.
Mm.
you can see on the back of his bald head.
Drop it.
Or back print. He has no back printing. I just realized
Yeah.
that.
Drop it like it's hot.
E.
And the suitcase comes with Newt, so it's like only unique thing you're getting is the cinnamon buns.
I'll
I'm gonna go with
say.
E.
I'm gonna go. Wait, do the cinnamon buns ever come in anything else Lego related?
I
Yes.
think they come in the Daily Bugle. The Daily Bugle, you get donuts and a whole bunch of
E.
stuff.
E for me. Sorry.
You can buy a
And I own
$300
it.
set to get those cinnamon buns.
Yeah, that's how you have to do it.
Ridiculous,
Just like I want the biohazard guy, but I gotta spend $100 on the stupid set,
right?
or go to Bricklink. I don't know.
Anyone else?
So,
Opinion
being
besides
lazy.
E? We all good for E?
We're all in agreement.
Okay. Honestly,
Ogle Knight said he got the figure for the hair. I don't know.
Hmm.
I think
Apparently
he has
so did
pretty cool
Matt.
hair too.
I don't know if he's or not. Queenie's a really well detailed figure. You got the shoes on the
Yeah.
bottom of her feet. Like there's
Yeah.
good printing going up it.
And it slopes like
looks like a
heels.
lot- Yeah, and she looks like
It
a character.
does.
I'd say an A.
Yeah,
an A.
Queenie's good.
Don't
Sorry.
do it. Don't do
I'm gonna
it.
say B or C. Here's the reason.
Really?
I remember when like my friends were looking for these figures and they literally called this woman Bread Lady. Like they did not care about her at all. Like this was not exciting at the time. So I'm speaking on behalf of my friends for Bread Lady.
All
Red lady.
But
It's
that
just not
I got there is unique. You don't get that any other set.
anywhere. Okay. Well, I also don't know Fantastic Beasts that well, so it's just not exciting. I'm gonna say B.
I think I heard
C.
A from you. See?
I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
A. Sorry, wrong one. I was looking
Okay.
back at Finny. A. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
My bad.
Last one's here. Oh wait, shoot. There's four more.
Oh wait, shoot. Oh dang it. For the record,
Oh.
there's 4.
Oh no.
Ezra's Miller character on the left here with the printed piece, and I think that's the
Zane,
only thing special
behave.
about him.
What can I?
So legitimately, it's Ezra Miller's character because I don't remember anything about that character
Oh god.
besides the stupid ending at the second movie, and the printed piece.
He just seems like a butler.
Yeah, this goes with E. Like this is
He's
another E. Besides,
Sir.
wait. Actually, the printed piece brings it up to a D for me. Like that's the only special part.
I'd go with a D on that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
D.
D for Danny Bob.
D for Danny Bub. So, would
Alright.
you like some tea?
And then the one on the right there.
I think it's a cool suit print because it's continuous like that. It's got the red highlights on the inside. And what's up with that like 2-colored hair? It's interesting.
Right? That is actually very unique to that.
And then also, I like the
Coconut hair.
coconut hair, the white hair. Oh, the scarf as well. I mean, they put a lot of printing into it.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange also has that kind of like not the same hair, but like the
Crossover.
wisps of gray in it as well.
Ah,
Which
yeah.
is pretty
We call
cool.
those
Yeah.
wisdom
But-
hairs.
I like that they made, because they used to do this for every minifigure line, is like they made a rare figure to come across. Like it was genuinely hard to get, and I wish they
Yeah,
would
like you
have
said.
stuck with doing that. And I really like that. Like it gives you a challenge and it gives you something to always look for with these lines. So I'm gonna rate this an S because I think that's cool and it's pretty detailed.
Yeah, and it's
I
two
can see that.
figures, like two figures in one.
Yeah, which I mean they did
Yes, I
with
said.
Mad Eye Moody too, but still it's cool that they. Yeah. Anyone else thinking S?
S.
Yes.
Yanni.
Super.
So now we have what? Draco and
Yeah, so Draco, which is him in his Quidditch robes, it's white short legs. I got
go to the big one. There we go.
there we go. So it's white short legs, a snitch, which the only other set that comes with is the Quidditch Stadium. A green broom, which is rare. You don't actually get that with the Quidditch Stadium.
Isn't his broom black though? The Nemesis 2001.
Yeah, I think so, but they made it dark green for some reason. I don't know, to go with the.
They're making everything green. Voldemort, the broom.
Yeah,
and
like
then
what's that
he's
green?
got the short green cape too, which is.
Oh, cape, Danny. It's got a cape.
I like
He
capes.
also has the snitch, which is cool.
Yeah, and that's very rare.
A wand, a broom, a cape.
I think he's pretty solid.
I go with an A
Yeah, I'm gonna do an A.
Okay.
I'm gonna say B, but
because you're a little.
Brad.
That's
And then
bad.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
that's in the back there. He's got the short legs. He's got a bow tie, which is a very unique, cool piece to him.
Got a bow tie.
Megaphone.
Wasn't
which
this
is-
the character that like ages weirdly in the series? Like
Yes.
he has weird variations of this character.
Yeah, in the first
Sure.
few movies, he has like long white hair, and then he like looks like this after the third movie.
He has
Oh,
some
yeah.
bushy eyebrows.
Yeah.
It's all about them brows.
Does he have a waist cape?
Oh yes,
Oh.
he does. I forgot about that. He has a little waist
That's
cape.
cool.
It's like pointing
That's
in the back.
cool.
Wait a minute. Let's just back this up for a second. Y'all just said that he was okay. I've seen this movie how many times? I literally just realized with y'all saying that was the same guy, the Wingardium Leviosa dude, and this dude are the same
Yeah.
teacher.
Yes.
After when the third movie, when they changed the actor for Dumbledore because of the actor dying, and they went to a little more darker mood for him, they also
Yeah.
changed Flitwick.
What?
Yeah, my friend explained this to me as I was watching it with him.
I have always thought that was two different teachers, hands down. My entire,
I mean,
I'm
I-
26 years old, and I just barely know that.
All right. So he has a little cape on his legs. He's got the megaphone, unique
That's cool.
piece, tie. What are we thinking?
A,
Yeah.
B, A, B,
I can agree with. I can agree with.
I was kind of thinking B.
Yeah,
B.
B.
I can agree
Yeah.
with that.
B.
All right. So now
What?
hardest part of this all. We got to quickly do
Oh.
this. We're running out of time here. Where do
Zane's
we
losing
think this minifigure series lies?
Dude,
So-
it was all over the place, honestly.
Oh my god. Honestly, it's hard to say because there are some good ones and there are some bad ones. I think it's honestly too big. What I've realized during this rating session is that they needed to make a Fantastic Beasts line and they needed to separate
Yeah.
it from the main Harry Potter figures.
Yeah.
It feels like they combined two very different themes into one. Not that like they're super
Let's
different,
call it
but
Disney
because
World.
like
So
yeah, I know that, but like, it's from two different sides of the franchise. So I'm gonna give it a C. Personally,
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. It's just kind of middle ground, honestly.
Yeah.
C.
I do have to say though, it would be like them doing a prequels and original trilogy CMF line. Like, I'm not saying
I
you're
think it's a
right.
little different.
okay,
Because
I
here's the reason I say that is because I think there are some solid Harry Potter fans out there who like they don't care about the Fantastic Beasts stuff at all.
Yeah.
They had a normal series, like there were 16 of them, and then they added 6 more on with the Fantastic Beasts. So yeah, if they had left out those 6, you wouldn't have had those.
Yeah.
They're,
I mean, I think it ranks more like a B overall.
I agree.
Oh.
I think there's some variations of characters in this we very much need, especially in that time period. I remember getting Dobby, and that was a huge deal because there wasn't many Dobbies. I think that was a newer figure, and there's certain variations of these figures that were very good for Harry Potter fans because that's what you really. I mean, you can get all the characters easily. It's getting those variations, and there were some unique characters to this. I think Flitwick, Mad-Eye Moody, Trelawney, those were like unique to their time period.
Trelawney.
And I think Luna Lovegood was very unique too. So,
Ogle also brings up, like Sai said, it was one of the first times that we got the mid legs that are movable.
Sure.
Aiden, aka I don't want touch, says he'd say an A or a B plus.
Yeah.
Zane is 26 years old.
Because I said I was 46 when I'm 26. Thank you. I know I look old.
God.
Maybe got the wisdom. I
agree
know.
with Danny, though. I think a B is pretty.
A B
solid.
could be fine. I could see B.
Okay, I'm saying C, but that's just me, who's also not a huge Harry Potter fan. So.
Oh, we have a Lego adult walking through the background this time.
Oh, hello, Sean.
Hello,
Hi.
Sean.
Oldest
An
brother.
A-full.
Start this off with
This is the stud buds.
Let's go.
You can talk, yeah.
We're just talking about Lego.
Yeah, everybody in this room is being really quiet.
We really
There's 5 people up here now.
That's great.
All right. So after every CMF line, I love to ask people what their
No.
favorite one from the line was. Quickly
Dobby.
going on. I'm gonna start here. All right, Zane's Dobby. Matt and Danny, what are your guys' favorite minifigure from this line?
Mad-Eye, I would say.
Oh shoot, no, I was gonna say that.
Gosh,
Oh,
shoot.
Danny, you can have Mad-Eye. You can have Mad-Eye.
Okay,
I'll
I'm going with
say. I'll say. What was the one-off figure in this?
What?
Johnny Depp,
Scratch?
That guy.
Grindelwald.
Yeah, that guy. Grindelwald.
So was
That guy.
Scamander. Well, all of those guys were.
I was like, I don't know.
No, I think there were
Scamander.
multiple. No, there were multiple of them in the line. Like what I'm saying is there were only
Gotcha,
one
gotcha.
in the box.
All right.
Oh, I get you. I get you.
Perfect. We got that. Got that.
Boom. Oh, bye, Brad. Oh, apparently.
Oh,
Hello.
What was that?
I think he
Okay.
clicked himself by accident.
Yes.
It's okay.
But yeah.
Story of our lives.
That's our tier list there. So
Hope you all had a good cry, and let us know what you guys would like us to tier list rank next time.
Yep.
Go to the Discord and give us some critiques of the show. Give us some of your feedback, and also don't forget to ask us questions that we will feature on the show for next time as well.
Yep. Send the
So,
questions you want.
okay,
Check the
what
Discord.
happened? Why are we all so awkward this week? I feel like none of
I
us
don't know.
what we were trying to say.
It's
We
because she's
never-
so cool. We just want to be cool like Danny. That's all. We're like,
Oh
Yeah,
my
we're just
god.
trying- yeah,
cool as
just-
her.
All right,
That's all.
Zane, do you want to take it away for us tonight?
I do. I will. Everybody, if you guys have not gone and checked out Lego capitalized lowercase Danny Bob right here, go down, click on her link, check her out on all of her social medias, Instagram, YouTube. That's where you'll find her primarily. She's amazing, tons of fun, great with banter on here. Give her some love and support in any way that you guys can. That's amazing, and we are so happy to have her here. And while you're there, check out our Discord server. Be there, be part of our trivia, be part of our tier list, be part of the community, talking with us, all that stuff. If you guys want to help support the channel, check out our merch store, get yourself some t-shirts, some hats, hoodies, whatever you can think of, phone cases. It's all there. We might put a teddy bear on there. You never know. There's crazy things at the store. All right. But guys, we love you all. We are happy you guys are here. Make sure to leave a comment, like, share, subscribe, and tell everybody about it.